Yep. All right. You ready?
Yes,
All right,
sir.
let's go to work. Good morning, everybody. I'm calling to order the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Enforcement Special Magistrate for March 27th, 2025. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. My name is Keith Davis with the law firm of Davis and Associates, which has been appointed by the city to preside over today's special magistrate hearing. Before we begin, make sure your cell phones are silenced so they don't interrupt our proceedings, and that'll be appreciated. Um, and then if you're going to be speaking to me today about any of the items on our agenda offering testimony, whether it's city staff or respondent, I do need your testimony to be under oath, so I need to swear everybody in who's going to be offering testimony. If you'll please stand, raise your right hands. Thank you. Do each of you swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that your testimony in today's hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you. You can all have a seat. Um, we have a sign-in sheet which we'll be following. Well, let me ask the city, do we have any staff-related matters to take care of first?
Staff prior to getting to our sign-in sheet.
Okay, so we're going to take a couple of cases where we have city staff present that need to get on their way and start their day. We'll take those. After that, we'll go to the sign-in sheet. When your case is called, if you'll please come up to the podium that's in the middle of the room right in front of me. The way I will proceed with each case is that I'll hear from the city first. I expect city's officers will provide evidence by way of testimony. There may be a case file with documents in it, which, if so, you'll have an opportunity to look at that if you like. After the city's concluded its presentation and made any recommendations to me on how it believes the case should be resolved, and I'll then come to you. It'll be your opportunity to ask questions. If you don't have any questions, you'll have the floor to tell me about the case from your perspective. In the event that you have additional documents, photographs, or other material that you would like me to consider, that will be the time to produce that. I'll ask you to show it to the city attorney first, and then I'll take a look at it. Once I've seen and heard everything about the case from everybody involved, excuse me, in all likelihood this morning, I will enter an order that resolves the matter in some form or fashion. So with that explanation on the record, let's go ahead and take those first cases with city staff.
Okay, we're going to go to page 15 of the agenda. Item number 59, case number 24-2330 with a property address of 2200 4th Avenue North. Property owner is Lake Worth Warehouse, LLC. Supervisor Hicks.
Morning, Bobby Hicks, City of Lake Worth Beach. Case number, owner's name, and address have been read into the record. Case was initiated on October 23rd of 2024. The existing violations are 12-18 to police remove all garbage, trash, and debris from the property. 14-32, please apply and obtain a City of Lake Worth Beach business license for the owner and all tenants. 14-35, please contact Code Division to schedule and pass a use and occupancy for the owner and all tenants. Inspection 62622 was disapproved on 10/23 of 2024. 15-39, please remove all unregistered vehicles or make vehicles operable and registered. 2-75.6.2, please remove all peeling paint from garage doors on Unit 7. Please replace all missing electrical outlet 4x4 covers. Please remove peeling paint on door 12. Please replace missing electrical blinks in bay 13, box 13. Expired permits, please process expired permit 19-4596. 2-75.6.6, please replace all missing lighted exit signs. 23.2-21, property owner failed to secure a building permit for vehicle lifts. Issued a courtesy notice for the violation on October 23rd of 2024. Reinspection on January 3rd of 2025 and found the property to be in noncompliance. Formal notice of the violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on January 6th of 2025. Certified mail was received and delivered to the agent left with the individual on January 10th, 2025. Property was posted on January 7th of 2025. Last reinspection was yesterday. Photographs of the property have been taken. We did have email correspondence and verbal communication with the property owner. The city's recommendation time for compliance is May 27th of 2025, or $100 a day fine, plus the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by May 27th of 2025. If you have any questions for zoning, they are here.
Is there anybody here on behalf of the respondent for this case? Respondent is not present, but I will find proper notice with the notice documents contained in the city's file. Yeah, let me get just some testimony from planning and zoning on what status of that violation is and
It'll be for the business license.
Good morning. For the record, Scott Rodriguez, Assistant Director for Planning and Preservation,
Yes,
Community
sir.
Sustainability Department. So the two tenants in the warehouse facility, one just needs to submit an application, just revise an application. Planning and zoning is ready to approve that one. And the other tenant, I have requested to meet with them. We thought we had a path for a staff level use approval. A use approval for this one is going to be required. We're just trying to determine whether it's going to be a staff level or board level. And I initially did indicate staff level. However, after reviewing the pictures that Supervisor Hicks provided, it looks like it might go beyond the threshold of a minor vehicular repair use into a major, but I did reach out to the applicant to discuss just to advise that this may go to a board level. So that's where we're at with this one.
so if that is the case, will the roughly 60-day compliance deadline be sufficient to get it through that process?
Generally, it depends. No, for a board level, it's about a 3 to 4 month process. For a staff level, 60 days would be adequate.
I mean, I don't want to set this up for failure. If you're pretty confident that this is going to not be handled administratively, I'd be inclined to set a compliance date that's more realistic for the process they're going to have to go through.
Unless something happens with, their business activity and something changes dramatically, we're probably looking at a conditional use permit, which is a board level.
Something more like the end of July. That sound reasonable. Again, assuming everybody uses good faith efforts and nothing completely unforeseen gets this balled up.
Yeah, if the applicant meets with staff, again, we do a pre-application, we do an application, it's deemed complete, sufficient. Yes, we could, that may be enough time to get it scheduled.
Your Honor, since this has been going on since October, we'd like to keep a shorter time deadline to make sure things are moving.
Okay. Has this been to a magistrate hearing or is this the first magistrate hearing? Okay. All right, let's here's what I'm going to do. I have found proper notice. I've listened to the testimony. I've reviewed the photographic evidence in the file. I will make a finding that the property remains in violation as cited. Let's set the compliance date for June 19th. That's 90 days out. But I will entertain a request for more time if it's necessary. And, if I see at that point in time that there's been good faith effort and it just wasn't able to get done in time, I'll consider that at that time, but we'll go ahead and make June 19th the date. And then I will otherwise accept and impose the relief requested by the city, including daily fines and administrative costs. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to go to page 3 of the agenda, item number 11, case number 24-1270. This is a public request for an extension of time for compliance at 1901 12th Avenue South. Property owner is Lakeside Methodist Church, Inc. Supervisor Hicks.
Case number address been read for the record. This case was opened on 7/19 of 2024. Hearing notice was sent out on 8/6 of 2024. Hearing was on 10/31 of 2024. Date of compliance was 11/28 of 2024. Fines of $100 per day. Mr. Garfield King, the trustee, came in on 11/15/2024 to file an extension of time. Mr. Garfield was asking for compliance on February 28, 2025. The defendant was not present, and special magistrate granted the extension of time compliance to February 28th of 2025. For fines from previous order to begin to approve. February 27th, 2025, Mr. King came back into the office to apply for another extension of time, saying that the work was taking longer than expected. The amount of time requesting to correct the violation, they're looking for July 1st of 2025. The city is requesting for 30 days, which will be the 27th.
Of April. Is Mr. King here this morning? Come on up.
Good morning, Davis. Good morning, Bobby. Yes, so we are requesting more time, Your Honor.
So yeah, I mean, tell me what's been holding this up.
Okay. Since the citation, we have I had several meetings with my committee. I'm the chairperson for the church. My name is Garfield King, and we have reached out to contractors as far as taking on all the different projects that was cited for us. We are in compliance, that working to work with the city to get all these areas addressed and fixed. We have no problem with that. Yes, time frame is the most important thing for us. We have addressed, I would say, 90% of the project so far and are in progress. As of 3/24, as of 3/25, we were granted permit for sealing and striping the parking lot. My next holiday we have a school that is in our facility. Next, I think it's gonna be in mid-May. When I'm looking at the school will be vacant, so we can seal the entire parking space, seal it, striping and stuff like that. So I'm in compliance with taking care of all the project that we've done. I'm just asking for adequate time.
Is that the only thing that's left to do with this?
Yeah,
case?
so as far as the parking lot, he is in compliance with that because he does have an approved permit.
Okay,
He has some painting issues. All painting issues that they were able to take care of is done because the church is, they're at the painter's mercy due to the height of the church.
okay.
So it's some painting issues and then the use and occupancy inspection, and that's it.
Is the painting what's holding up the issuance of the use and
Yes.
occupancy inspection?
Yes.
So there's nothing else that's holding that up?
No.
So what's your painter telling you? When is?
I've put in phone calls because he's been dragging a little bit. And we do have the permit, like you said, for the which was issued on the 25th. We have to schedule some time to get that done, so we should permit to comply with it and everything. So my goal is to have it done by April on the painting.
So if we stretch this out to the end of April, that would be enough time to get the painting done, and that clears the way for the
They've already scheduled their use and occupancy inspection.
On April 8th.
All right. Well, it's from what I'm hearing, it doesn't sound like you need this to be stretched out to July. In fact, all you really need is the end of April, based on what you're telling me, Mr. King.
Garner, the reason why I had put that date down is we didn't, it was prior to me getting that permit.
Okay. And but so, well, it sounds to me like that should be enough time to get you out of code enforcement. Even if the parking lot's not done until school's out, that's not going to hold this up.
Right.
So, all right. Thank you. Appreciate you being here, Mr. King. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
Thank you for looking at me.
Anything else from the city?
No, sir.
All right. Did you have a particular day in
It
April?
was April 27th.
April 27th. So ordered. We'll extend the compliance date to April 27th. All right. Good luck, Mr.
Thank
King.
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
28, April 28th. Yep.
Okay, we're staying on that page and going to item 12, case number 24-480. This is a public request for an extension of time for compliance at 326 South H Street. Property owner is Molina Auto Repair Corp. Officer Tyler.
Morning, Officer Tyler, City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. Owner's name, address, and case number have been read on the record. Owner applied for City of Lake Worth Beach business license on April 7th, 2023, and was denied with the following notes. From business license, the applicant did not provide correct state license. Unit, until this happens, they will not be issued an approved license. They would need to also owe for backed fees for 2024 and 2025. The case was actually initiated on March 25th, 2024. Notice of violation hearing was sent April 2nd, 2024. Property in City Hall was posted on April 3rd, 2024. Case was heard by Special Magistrate McGibbon on July 25th and ordered compliance by August 26th, 2024, or pay $100 per day. The case was then heard by Special Magistrate Davis on August 29th, 2024. And the owner requested 6 months extension of time to February 26, 2025, and was granted extension of time to February 28th, 2025, or fines previously ordered would begin to accrue. Minor violations have been complied as of November 15th, 2024. On November 20th, 2024, Scott from Planning and Zoning did state that the owner had been working with their division. The case was then heard again by Special Magistrate Wagner on November 21st, 2024 for a status. And it was reported that the progress was acceptable, but no changes had been made to the previous order. On February 11th, 2025, Planning and Zoning issued site plan approval letter with the remarks they will need to apply for all appropriate building permits. To date, the business license application has not moved forward. From my understanding, there is no way to track rejected permits if they have done so with the city at this time. They have not submitted the permits for building at this time in our Navaline system. I have not had contact with the owners since the status hearing. Scheduled fines began to accrue on March 1st, 2025 at $100 per day. The case is being heard today, and the owners are requesting 3 months extension of time to June 27th, 2025. At this time, the city is not in agreement with this extension.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. I've been, the one, working very close with the city. This project has taken longer than we expected because we have to contact multiple departments of the city in order for the city to approve the site plan. We needed some letters and something going on with the garbage can and remove some stuff from the site plan and added some other stuff. We finally got it approved on February 11th, but there was something going on with the concrete area because our designer removed that concrete part from the design that it was approved like that. So Karina told us to have that corrected and they will add this stamp to it, which we did. In February the 12th, David Font, our designer, sent us the corrected one. And since then, I've been trying to submit the permit with the city. But when I get to the front desk, they're not accepting the permit because this is not stamped. And I have proofs here that we have contacted Karina multiple times via email, via phone calls, leaving voicemail, so she can guide us in what to do to be able to submit this permit. So she have not been able to contact us. So I went to the city before yesterday and I spoke with Scott and he gave me a better guidance. And he told the front office that they are able to take in the permit without that stamp. And a new employee, that lady apologized to me because a new employee gave me wrong information saying that I can submit all the permits in one permit. And that was not true. We needed to submit 3 different permits, which I have ready here to submit. It's just for the fencing part, we need to go through the court and get a, I believe it's a fence and gate removal agreement Wish I went yesterday, but yes, a signature was missing, so after here, I'm going back to the court to get that stamp, to bring all the three permits to the city today to get them submitted. So that's why we're asking for the 3 months, so that once the permit gets approved, we already have the people that are gonna make the upgrades in the property. The work that needs to be done, which pavers needs to be put on in the whole parking area. And the front of the property, the fence needs to be removed, a new fence needs to go in, a new gate needs to go in. And then we have to schedule for the inspection, and once we pass the inspection, they're gonna allow us to have the business license. So the board did gave us a whole list that we have to meet in order for us to be able to have work there because of the zoning. And we've been trying really hard to comply with everybody and everything. Unfortunately, the city's employees doesn't reply as fast as we like. But we understand everybody's super busy, Karina's super busy. Until this day, I still haven't been able to speak with her, but I was able to speak with Scott 2 days ago, and he told Scott this to accept his design without the stamp, the correct.
Okay, Mr. Molina, was there anything that you wanted to add before I give the city a chance to respond?
Well, my name is Sergeant Molina.
Yes, sir.
Everything you stated is correct. We need the 3 months because it's a big project. It's over 6,000 square feet of pavers that gotta go in, landscaping, irrigation, fencing. So we've been ready to pull the trigger on it. It is, like you said, the city takes time to answer back, and we cannot, submit anything, so we're sure that we could do it, We want to do things right one time and not have to go back. Unfortunately, this approval, it's something big for us. Almost 2 years now since we bought the place and we haven't been able to operate. And that has included a lot of costs in our end, mortgage, taxes, a lot of different things. So we do need extra time to get it done and do it accordingly. I agree with the question.
Would the city like to respond?
So I just do want to state on record, as he said, they have been operating this business since April of 2023. I have stressed multiple times, that I do need to be made aware of any contact that they have with other divisions so that we can address the time that is needed. If I'm not aware of what other divisions are doing, I can't make that time decision for them to come into compliance. So I was not made aware of the contact that they've had with other departments.
All right. Here's my problem with this. This case is almost 2 years old, which is exceptionally old. It is probably as old a case as I've seen. This started in April of 2023. The code hearing the notices were sent out in April of 24. You were given until August. I extended that until February. Now you're asking for even more time. I mean, what's been going on? All I hear from you guys is how inept the city is, and you get bad information from the city, and the city make you do this, and the city's making you do that, and the city's giving you bad information, like you've done. I've heard absolutely nothing that tells me I should give you any more time.
Well,
Absolutely nothing.
we are new on all this. We are learning on the process. This is our first time ever dealing with such a project. We don't even have even work in our own home to know how the city and the permits and everything works. So we have been learning in the process of how all this works because we had no idea. Since we purchased the property, we had no idea in what we were getting ourselves into, and being this big project, it got out of our hands. And we're trying our best to comply with the city board and comply with every department to meet all the requirements we need to get that business license. We are urged to get the business license and open up this place and put it out for business so we are able to have better finances, because this is affecting even our personal life, because it is very stressful to be paying mortgage for such a long time and not be able to have no type of income for that business. in order for us to continue paying mortgage. And right now, the money we have aside is to be able to pay the people that are gonna come do the labor for the shop.
So given all that, it would seem to me that one would make this their absolute top priority and getting it done as quickly as possible. What's left to do for
It
this to
is.
be brought into compliance?
Once they have obtained the approved building permits, they will be able to apply for the business license. And then after they obtain the business license application approval, they'll be able to schedule their use and occupancy inspection, which would allow the license to be active, but they still have been operating since 2023, regardless of the license and the permitting.
Okay.
We have the approval of the building already.
Right.
And we are ready to submit the permits.
Okay.
Yes.
No, that's good. Is there anything else that you folks would like to tell me? I don't need to hear anything else from the city. Is there anything else you want to put on the record?
We're working really, this is, like you said, this is our first priority. Like, with everything else we have in our life going on, this is our main priority because we need the income in order to be good financially.
All right, well, I mean, not to be harsh, but all evidence to the contrary, this is 2 years old. I'm not going to grant the extension for more time at this point. You need to get this done. Whatever fines accrue are going to accrue, and then the city has a provision in its code that gives you an opportunity to ask for a reduction in that fine, and I'll be happy to consider that at that time. But no, I can't in good conscience kick this down the road any longer. So I am denying the request for additional time at this point. Okay, thank you very much.
Can I have a question? How does that work with fine? Like
You can speak to the city outside of the hearing. They'll give you the explanation.
We're staying on that page. Item number 13, case number 25-47. This is another public request for an extension of time for compliance at 1203 12th Avenue South. Property owner is LWRE LLC. Officer Tyler.
Officer Tyler, City of Lake Worth Beach, owner's name and address, and case number have already been read on the record. Case was initiated on January 9th, 2025 for vacant registry. Tenants are using this parking lot for overflow of the main structure, which is 1201 12th Avenue South. Certified mail was delivered on January 25th, and the property was posted at City Hall January 24th. Sorry. I have been in contact with the owner's representative and the tenants as well. The case has not been postponed previously. They were granted, they were heard at the February 27th hearing and ordered compliance by March 10th. They did apply for an extension of time. They are requesting time for the unity of title process. I did speak with planning and zoning. They have submitted the application as of March 17th. So the city is in favor of this agreement to grant 90 days to June 25th, 2025 to allow time to process unity of title.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Good morning.
Alfonso Farias, I'm just the representative.
Yes, sir. Is there any, that sounds like the city's in agreement with the request for a 90-day extension? Is
Okay.
there anything that you would like to add to that?
No, sir.
All right, well, so ordered, I will grant the request and we'll extend the compliance date. What will that make it? That will make
June 25th is the date that I had.
June 22nd? June 22nd will be the new compliance date.
25th.
25th.
25th will
Yes,
be the
sir.
new compliance date. Okay, very good.
Thank you.
We're going to go to page 17 of the agenda, item number 66, case number 25-155, property address of 218 North H Street. Property owner is Bruce Watson. Officer Tyler.
Officer Tyler, City of Lake Worth Beach, code compliance. Case number, owner's name and address have been read on the record. This is for property 218 North H Street, which case was initiated on January 28th for vacant property registry. Existing violation 2-75.11 for vacant registry for a vacant parcel. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on January 30th, 2025. Certified mail was returned February 11th, 2025, and posted at property and City Hall January 31st, 2025. The property was last re-inspected on March 26, 2025, and found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. Personal contact was not made with the property owner. The city is recommending that the owner be given until April 7th, 2025, or pay the fines of $75 per day. The city is also asking that the administrative costs of $425.29 to be paid by April 7th, 2025.
Is Mr. Watson present this morning, or anybody here on behalf of the respondent? Okay. Certified mail was returned unclaimed. City has posting. I will find proper notice even though the respondent is not present. So they need to do the vacant property registration to bring this into compliance.
Correct.
And you're recommending April 7th be the compliance deadline.
Correct.
All right. I do find the property remains in violation as cited. I'll grant the relief requested by the city, including the administrative costs.
Page 5 of the agenda, item number 19, case number 24-2533, property address of 519 South M Street. Property owner is Jennifer Kim, Officer Bryant.
Code Officer Juliana Bryant for the City of Lake Worth Beach. Case was initiated on 11/22/2024. Existing violations of the property are 12-18 trash and debris, 14-32 business license. Please apply for and obtain a City of Lake Worth Beach business license for Kim Jennifer. 14-35 use and occupancy inspection. Please contact our code division to schedule and pass a use and occupancy inspection for owner Kim Jennifer. 2-75.6.2 general requirements. Please repair all uneven walkways / rear patio of property. Please repair all rotten and damaged wood of wooden door frames in rear of property. Please remove all dirt / mildew buildup from all areas of property. Please repair all damage to wall of property. Please remove all vegetation from gutters of structures. Please repair / replace rusted wall AC of property. Please replace rotten wood surrounding wall AC. Please repair damaged soffit of rear structure. 2-75.6.2 B4 overgrown landscape. 2-75.6.6 fire safety requirements. Please remove all screws from all windows of structures / lift awnings of structures within 5 days as a safety hazard. 23.4-4 fences, walls, and gates. Please repair / replace all damaged / rotten areas of wooden fences of property. Repairs / replacements of over 16 feet will require a permit. Please remove all dirt / mildew buildup from all areas of wooden fence of property. Formal notice of violation hearing was issued via certified mail on 1/14/2025. Certified mail received on 1/28/2025. Posted at property and at City Hall 1/29/2025. Last reinspection was on 3/24/2025. Found to be non-compliance. Photographs of property have been taken showing the violation. I have had personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time is April 28th, 2025, or fine $75 per day. Administrative costs $425.29 to be paid by April 28th, 2025.
Okay, are you Ms. Kim?
Yes,
And floor is yours if you have any questions, or you can tell me about what's going on with the case.
yeah, sure. So before I got a code violation, a property was in escrow already. There, I had a buyer. And because this code violation show up, it takes a longer, but buyer agreed to go ahead and take a property with a code violation. So we went on escrow, and escrow supposed to close on last Friday. And even the buyer met with the code officer, and she showed him what needs to be done. So he's all aware of it. But and by the time we close, I have another property. It's a 1008 Fifth Avenue North that I have violation there. And I couldn't attend the meeting last February, so there's a lien was placed. And I didn't know they do cross-collateralize, basically. That lien was on this 519 South M. So I couldn't sell the property. And new property owner supposed to be on the hearing today. And then he's supposed to go to work with the city and then to the whole renovation. But that's where I'm standing right now. So either I'm requesting if there's any way that if the city can release the lien on this property, please, because of 1008 Fifth Avenue North, then sale will go through, and then this new buyer will fix everything. If
My understanding is that once you record a code enforcement order, it becomes a lien against
other.
all your property.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure there's a way to, I don't even know if the city would be willing to entertain that request. And even if they were, I
Okay.
don't know that there's a way to do that.
So if that's not the case, if city cannot go ahead and remove that lien from this 519 South Sam, that means sale is gonna be failed. Then I have to do all this repair myself. So I'm requesting enough time so I can go ahead and do it.
Did you want to chime in? on
Yeah, I
that?
just wanted to say the city does have a process for partial releases of lien, but the property has to be in compliance. So that's
So either way.
right.
You gotta get it in.
You know, and there is also a process for consideration for sale. So if there's a new, for the example, for this property, without that other lien, they could come into an agreement with the city where the new property owner would take the property and get some time to fix it up.
Okay.
So there are processes. I recommend you speak with the staff and try to
Right,
work
okay.
through that issue, but that's different from what we're here for today.
Okay,
Yeah.
so.
And it sounds like no matter what, it all has to get.
But I need to extension because at this hearing, just in case, nothing happened, then I have to go ahead and fix it and to comply.
So the city's recommendation to me was 30 additional days. Can you
That's-
get this done in 30 days?
That's a lot of work.
What are you asking for?
Maximum, I think I need about, I don't know, 6 months. That's too long.
I, based on the violations that have been put before me, 6 months does not seem like a reasonable amount. That seems way too long. I don't see that this should take that long.
Okay.
Whether you're doing it yourself or the new buyer is doing it or a contractor.
What's the maximum that I'm out of the state owner, so, it's like, it takes a little bit longer for me to do.
It was initiated November of 2024.
But it was delayed. I didn't do anything because he was in escrow, and then buyer, he said he will do it when he purchased it, so.
The city would agree to 90 days.
Okay. That seems a lot more reasonable than
That's
6
good.
months.
June 27th.
And I could see my way to giving you 90 days,
Okay.
but not
Yeah,
6 months.
sure. We'll try my best.
All right, then, Ms. Kim, is there anything else you'd like to tell me before I enter my order in this case?
No.
Anything else from the city?
No, sir.
All right, we'll find proper notice. Ms. Kim is here at today's hearing, and the city has the appropriate notice documents in its file based on the testimony and the evidence I've reviewed. I do find property remains in violation as cited. We will set the compliance date as it was
June
June
25th.
25th, 2025. After that, I will accept and impose the relief requested by the city, including daily fines and administrative costs.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Page 14 of the agenda, item number 55, case number 25-49, property address of 701 South C Street. Property owner is JIGU LLC, Officer Dorcius.
Thank you.
Greetings, Code Officer Federline Dorcius of the City of Lake River Beach Code Division. Case number, owner's name, owner's address are been written to the record. Property location 701 South C Street. This case was initiated as an internal complaint on January 9th, 2025. Existing violations 14-32. Owners to apply for an approved business license. 14-35, use and occupancy inspection. Owner failed inspection number 63451 on March 20th, 2025 for the following violations. Please obtain approved permit for the wooden fence. Please repair loose pavers in front of Unit 701 walkway. Please repair trip hazard in front of Unit 703 walkway. Please secure or replace cross space screen. Please secure loose wheel stops or remove. Please repair damaged stucco above Unit 703 exterior window. Please clean backyard, removing trash and debris. Please repair water heater lower wooden framing. Please contact the building division regarding the concrete wall installation that's in both back of both units, back steps that's currently covered with tiles. The owner had a few missing glass observed on the property, which is covered under remodel permit number 22867. Per the email that was received by the building department, once the owner was made aware that she would have to pull permits for the wall installation, that approved permits would be required. That email was forwarded to the owner on March 20th, 2025. The owners also decided to obtain approved permits for a white fence. That permit application 25817 for the white fence was applied for on March 26th, 2025. That permit application is currently in plan review. All other violations have been complied or resolved at this time. Formal notice of violation was issued via certified mail on January 23rd, 2025. Certified mail was not received. It's currently moving in transit per the USPS. The City Hall and the property was posted on January 24th, 2025. The property last reinspection was on March 20th, 2025. Photographs of the property has been taken showing the violations. The city had personal contact with the owner via email as well as during the use and occupancy inspection. Recommendation time for voluntary compliance would be May 27th, 2025. Plus administration fee of $425.29 made payable by May 27th, 2025, or pay a fine of $75 per day. The owner also sent the city an email on March 25th, 2025, showing that she has complied the trip hazard in front of Unit 703, the loose pavers in front of Unit 701, that she also repaired the wooden framing on the lower water heater door and started to clean up the rear backyard. At this time, the owner is still in violation of using occupancy inspection until she calls and schedules a new one.
So those last items that you just mentioned, you've not inspected those, you just.
No, she just sent me an email
Yeah.
picture, so I attached the email in the case file.
But for today, 2-75.6.6 is complied, the fire.
Mhm.
Okay. And then those remaining property standard things or what's holding up.
What's holding up is 14-32, 14-35, and pulling the permits for the wooden fence, so 23.2-21.
Okay.
And she'll also have to pull permits for that concrete wall or remove the wall per what she has advised me she may possibly be doing.
And then, so is 2 months, reasonable amount of time given permitting requirements?
Well, she submitted the wooden fence permit as of yesterday. Hopefully that fence permit could be approved in a reasonable time. And as for the concrete wall that was installed without a permit, she said that they would rather remove the wall versus pulling the permit for it.
Are you Ms. Girardi?
Yep.
Okay, I see the agent authorization
Yes,
form in the
that's me.
file. So go ahead and just put your full name in the record
Okay.
and then you can proceed.
I'm Ariel Girardi.
Thank you.
So I'm speaking on behalf of the property owner, which is Jigu LLC, but the owner is Julio Gucci. So,
Okay.
yes, so we, when we received this violation, we went ahead and complied immediately that day with removing the fire safety requirements, which was the shutters over the window, the awning on the back door. And then we also, as Ms. Dorcas said, we compiled with the fence permit. As of yesterday, I was actually the one to submit that permit because the reason why it's been held up this entire time is our contractor, and we have an email chain that I forward you as well, where our contractor for the fence permit was going back and forth with the city, trying to properly submit it, and then he was doing revisions, and then I decided he was taking too much time, so I just did it myself, and I got it submitted yesterday with his contractor license number, so now that's in the system, and we're waiting for the inspection for that. And then the last thing that we're waiting for is the business license and occupancy, which we've already filed for, but we're just waiting for the inspection. I also have the photos, if you would like, of the like repairs done, and if you would want those.
They're in the case file.
Okay.
Those are the emails.
Are
you
they
sent me?
already in you?
Two now.
Okay.
Because we're only waiting for one thing to be fixed now. Yeah, like we said, we removed the loose pavers, we removed the trip hazard, we removed the wheel stops, which is what we did yesterday. You don't have a photo of that yet. And then we have replaced the crawl space screen. So the only thing we're waiting to repair is the damage on the window above unit 703, the exterior window, which they should be completing today. So
I mean, if everyone was half as proactive as sounds like you're being, you certainly wouldn't have things dragging out. Okay. Are these copies for the file or do you need them back?
you can have
All right, then, without objection, we have it's like the fence permit application printout and then,
yes.
uh, three,
And then as soon as I
like
get the
8 color
photos-
photographs showing additional progress on remediation. That'll all be included in the file. You know, I mean, it sounds to me like the May 27th deadline should be plenty of
It's
time.
perfect.
So
Mhm.
I'm inclined to do that. Is there anything
Okay.
else you'd like to tell me?
No, that's it.
All right, anything else from the city?
No.
Okay, then I will find proper notice with the notice documents in the file and the property owner's designated agent is present at today's hearing and offered testimony and additional evidence regarding compliance work moving forward. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find property has complied with city code 2-75.6.6 regarding fire safety requirements. I'll find that the other violations cited in the notice remain outstanding, but there's been definite forward progress. So we will set compliance at May 27th, 2025, and I will otherwise grant the relief requested by the city, including the $75 daily fines and the administrative costs.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Thank you very much.
Have a good one.
Page 4 of the agenda, item 17, case number 24-2393, property address of 414 South J Street. Property owner is L Worth LLC. Officer Bryant.
Code Officer Juliana Bryant for the City of Lake Worth Beach. The case was initiated on 11/5/2024 as an internal building division complaint. Existing violations of the property are 14-32, business license. Please apply for and obtain a City of Lake Worth Beach business license for owner Moore and Sean. 14-35, owner L Worth LLC. 14-35, use and occupancy inspection. Please contact our code division to schedule and pass a use and occupancy inspection for owner L Worth LLC. Notes are below. And then 23.2-21 for a building permit. The property owner failed to secure a building permit, apply for, obtain, and pick up a permit for wooden fence. Complied violations of the property are 2-75.6.6 fire safety requirements. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on 11/20/2024. Certified mail received on 11/29/2024. Posted at property and at City Hall 12/4/2024. Last reinspection was on 3/24/2025, found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of property have been taken showing the violations. The city has had personal contact with the property owner. The recommendation time is May 28th, 2025, or fine $75 per day. Administrative cost $425.29 to be paid by May 28th, 2025.
So we just have an outstanding permit that's holding up the
Yes,
business
so
license.
yes, he has to pass the business license, but in order to do that, he has to have a approved permit for the fence.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Davis.
Good morning.
Tom Riley.
Yes, nice
I'd
to
like
see
the
you.
record reflect that I've known Mr. Davis for a very long time and he's an excellent magistrate.
Oh, you're
and an
very
excellent
kind.
attorney.
You're very kind. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. So she's correct. I just need more time. I did submit the resubmittal for the fence permit application on Monday. I initially did not indicate clearly on the survey where I was going to have the fence as well as the height measurements. I expect that here soon. I'll then resubmit everything to Ms. Bryant. And so I just need a little bit of extra time.
What,
Please.
what are you, city's recommending May 30th? What
No
do you,
objection on mine, of course.
that works for May
Yes,
30th?
sir.
May 30th works for you?
Mhm.
Works for me as well. Anything else, Ms. Bryant?
I will like to put on the record that somebody does have to be at the use and occupancy inspection for it to be passed if there are no violations.
Okay,
I will be there. this
very
time.
good. All right, anything else?
That's it. I see you.
You too. Okay, then, so I find proper notice. I will find based on the testimony and the evidence, property has complied with city code 2-75.6.6. Remains in violation of the other, code sections that were cited. We'll set May 30th as the compliance date.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
you set May 28th, so it's before the hearing that month, please.
That's fine. May
Thank
20, is that
Sure. Absolutely.
good? May 28th. Is the compliance date. $75 per day and the $425.29 admin costs, are all, ordered as requested by the city.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Good luck. Bye.
Page 16 of the agenda, item 62, case number 24-2491, property address of 1618 South Federal Highway. Property owner is Oasis Beach Apartments LLC. Officer Turek.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Sue Ella Turek, City of Lake Worth Beach Code Enforcement. Case number, address has already been read into the record. The case was initiated on 11/14 of 2024. The existing violations are 14-32, Lake Worth business license, and 14-35, the use and occupancy inspection. The business license at this time is under zoning review. All other violations have been complied. Courtesy notice was issued on 11/14 of 24, re-inspected on 12/3 of 24, and found to be in non-compliance. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on 1/2 of 25. The certified mail was received on 1/10 of 25, and the property was posted on 1/7 of 25. Property was re-inspected 3/17 and again on yesterday. Photographs have been taken. I've had personal contact with the owner, and the city is recommending May 26th of 2025. And the city recommends the administration cost of $425.29 to be paid by May 26th and a fine of $100 per day.
So the only things outstanding are 1432 and 1435.
That's correct.
And then those are under zoning review. Is it reasonably expected that that will all be done before the May 26th?
Yes, I had a conversation with Sherry in Planning and Zoning, and they expect it to be done within the 60 days.
Okay, great. Yes, sir. Go ahead and tell me your name and address. And
Hi,
then
my
you
name
can-
is Joseph Parkman. I represent the owner of 1618 and not 1630 right now. 1618.
1618.
North Federal Highway.
Yes, sir.
We thought we were in compliance. We had submitted that paperwork a couple weeks ago. And I was down at the city a couple days ago, and there one of the papers, I believe, wasn't submitted correctly. We went back and we looked at everything. To our knowledge, we submitted everything correctly. They were supposed to get back to me. I've been in contact with Suella. Really, really great code enforcement officer. We're just, we purchased that property. We're dealing with things on some of the property that's been done, prior before us owning it. So all we just need to do is wait for the city to say, hey, here you go.
That's how I hear it as well. It sounds like you've taken care of all the actual
Correct.
property standard issues. Now it's just getting through the zoning review and getting the sign off on.
Yeah, and everything's in there. It's been in there for the last 2 weeks.
Well, I have certainly no problem putting the compliance date at May 26th. It sounds like that should be plenty of time. Is there anything else?
So there's no fee occurring right now then, right?
Correct.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is enter an order that finds you've complied with everything except that the business license and occupancy certificate remain outstanding.
Yeah, and I've talked with Suella, code enforcement Suella, about the whole, what we need to do to pass that too, so.
Right, so then the order will say that if compliance is not met by the May 26th date, that those daily fines would start to
No
accrue.
problem.
And the other thing is, since the city brought the case to a hearing, it's entitled to its administrative costs, which are $425.29.
I'll be glad to pay
You'll have
that.
to pay that, and that'll be due no later than the May 26th
No problem.
deadline.
No problem.
So,
I have
all
a
right.
question though.
Yes, sir.
For some odd, deranged or uncircumstanced reason, the city doesn't.
If you're
provide
still,
that.
if you're getting close to May 26th, then it's not going to happen. You stay in touch with
Okay.
Ms. Turek and
All right.
ask for an opportunity. You've heard, if you were here, you heard a couple of people ask for extensions. I'll be happy to listen to that at the time, as long as it's reasonable and
No problem.
beyond your control. I typically don't have any problem giving you the time you need.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, then the
Thank you,
order in
sir.
this case
You're welcome,
is
sir.
proper. Yeah.
Excuse
Nothing?
me.
That was
Good?
me, sorry.
Oh, okay. I do find proper notice. I find the property is now in compliance as cited, with the exception of city codes 1432 and 1435 regarding the business license and the use and occupancy certificate. Compliance is set for May 26th of 2025. After that, daily fines of $100 per day will be assessed until compliance is achieved, and the city's administrative costs of $425.29 are awarded and due no later than May 26th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Page 11 of the agenda, item number 40, case number 24-2147. Property address is Alejandro Martinez. All right, I think I skipped something. Let me do that again. Case number 24-2147, property address of 608 North E Street. Property owner is Alejandro Martinez, Officer Dale.
Got it. Good morning,
Hi.
sir.
Good morning.
Officer Letisa Dale with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. The owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. This case was initiated as an internal complaint with the building department as a red tag on September 30th, 2024. Existing violations are 2-75.6.2. The screening on the fence in the rear is too high. And 23.2-21, work without permits per building department for the pavers added to the property. Permit application 25-0765 was submitted on March 19, 2025, and disapproved by Planning and Zoning on March 25th, 2025. And the disapproval notes have been added to the case file. The property was re-inspected on March 12, 2025, in which the system was checked for a permit update. The final formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on January 8th, 2025. The certified mail was returned, but the property was posted at the Property and City Hall on January 10th, 2025. The last reinspection was on March 26, 2025, and the property was found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. There has been personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time is April 29th, 2025, with the $50 per day fine and an administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by April 29th, 2025.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I had
Let me get your full name on the record.
Alejandro Martinez de Arizala.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I had my house flooded back on March of 2022. If I don't recall the exact date, but I had an insurance claim which didn't cover the landscaping, covered some articles in my utility room. On an emergency basis, I had to fix the front, the concrete, how you call it, gravel driveway in the front, which has some pavers and cement also. And in the back, I had all pavers, and then on top, there was rocks all over. I leveled it with rocks long time ago.
Okay.
But this came, and I had on an emergency basis to redone everything as up to the pavers from the driveway. That's all.
You can handle the city as well.
And I don't know what they're requesting, so you know. This is what I had before, after the flood, you see the pavers, they were not on top. So I just, this is what it's now, this is the front. This is what before, no, this is the back. Here is it. Mira the front of the house. And this is the back.
So while you're shuffling through that, just, I mean, what's, if I understand
so-
correctly, hang on a second, let me just kind of,
On the permits.
hold on.
Something
one minute.
especially that I want to
So
address here.
what we're talking about this morning is a mini split and a water heater that were unpermitted.
Which he did, everything, all the other violations are complied. Right now, it's just the pavers and the fencing, the extension of the
It
fence.
says we got a fence in the back and we need a
Permit for
permit
the
for the
pavers that were
pavers.
added.
The
That's really all
extension
we're
of the
talking.
fence.
Okay.
Which
Right.
I can take off. It's a bamboo paneling, the biodegradable, which means in 5 years it's gone. It's something that I don't know why they call it a fence. I just put those 2 feet exactly, which in the alley you can have 8 feet so the kids won't throw rocks to my dogs. So the drunk people won't throw bottles cut and the dogs will take it in their mouth. I just put that. I can take it off. I'm not gonna go through a mess. I show you what it is. You can just paint it like that. The cats come through it. It's a panel. It's not a fence. It's called paneling. Bamboo paneling, biodegradable, Home Depot sell it like that. Secondly, I got that flood. Basically, my house before was getting a little water, maybe 2-3 inches when it rained hard. But they sold the house next door. They, how you call it, imploded the house. They destroyed the house and they leveled the terrain, which used to be like mine, the house with the hole in the under. They level it up, and then I had that water coming more and more because when they approved those permits, they didn't took in consideration the other houses, which were next door, and how it will affect when raising a level of another terrain next to mine. Secondly, I had to do it on an emergency basis. I just put clear everything and put just the pavers instead of rocks and pavers, which were additionally causing the water to accumulate. And now I'm getting this appliances because of the irrigation. But this is the irrigation I had before. This one is there. This is the front of my house. This is the irrigation. That's the water coming to my building.
So
This is what I have now.
if I'm reading the notes correctly, the permit was disapproved because there was not a proper survey and there may be too much impervious surface.
Right. So they're asking him to remove
$500
some of,
I have $49 in my account. That's $500 I pay for that survey. I submitted it with the permits.
Okay.
You can have that original.
All right.
so it seems like they're asking him to remove some of the pavers so that they can do a plan for the permit to be approved. I don't know. And they're asking that he has like a annotated survey.
Right.
So he says he has it. I asked him if he submitted it. You said yes?
Yes, I submitted a copy of that paper, which is an 8x11. That's the paper of which I submitted a copy. That's the official that I received in the mail. I submitted the one I got in the mail, in the email, but I got that afterwards on the mail. Listen,
Well, it sounds like you're in touch with the planning and zoning people with the permit application and you submitted. They did not approve it and gave you some comments that you're working through it at this point.
so in the comments, one of them specifically says because of what I have now, it will prevent from water irrigating. But what I have now perfectly irrigates water. There's not accumulation. What I had before, as you see in the picture, it accumulated almost 18 inches of water in my house.
Okay.
It didn't came in because my house is on top of a base and it has an underground where the water came in, but in the back it was a nightmare. And That's why I had no time to do permits. It was a chaos. I had, by the way, my house inside was totally being remodeled. Floors, walls, it's a permit open there by the insurance with a general contractor in the time that this happened. So it was
Right,
like a
so,
total.
but that, you.
That's done, yeah.
You're past all that, so all that's left now is getting these pavers resolved and getting the fence height.
If it, well, the fence height is okay. They told me to, if I can add it, the paneling is just 2 feet of bamboo paneling.
Right.
So they look at it. I guess I can add it in that scene so they look at it.
He's
Be-
saying he wants to see if they can add the fence, the addition to the fence to that same permit.
Oh, I don't know if they, I don't know.
Because
you
that would
can-
be, it's just, you know,
Well, here's what I'm inclined to give this until like the end, 60 days. Give you till the end of May to get all this worked out and get the work done and get on your way.
but
Get
what
out.
work I have. On it.
Well, you
Already
gotta-
is the work of getting it approved. I mean,
You gotta get the you gotta get the paver permits resolved.
so how I do it? Because they're asking me like redundant, the survey, which I did submit, and the circumstances, which they're telling me water now, cool, but water now, I had an engineer, I have report done, I have people. So water now is level. I have no water in my house. And I had a look into it. It says 30%, and engineer says it's caused by the leveling of the
Well,
next door.
Bottom line is you put a bunch of pavers in, you didn't get a permit to do it, so there may be some issues with what you did from the city's perspective, and that has to be resolved. Do we have building department that wants to chime in?
Yeah, Charlie Sturdivant, Building Division.
Yes, sir.
The fence is a standalone permit. It cannot be added to the paver permit.
Okay,
Okay?
very good.
So I
Thank-
take it off.
Okay.
I'll take it down and photo her.
Okay.
Okay?
Very good.
I'll solve. Now the pavers, what we do, because pavers were there before, but they were under rocks. And the city has the view, and I have the scenes here. What I do, I just fix my pavers, if we call it, because I had pavers.
What I'm hearing and what I'm seeing is that whatever you did required you to get a permit.
I understand.
You didn't get the permit.
You understand,
So-
if you are not eating and you're in your house and they tell you, you legally cannot get food for a week, but you need to fill this paper and somebody's gonna give you food, will you eat?
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you till the end of May to get this all straightened out.
But how I solve it, if the city is asking me for things that they already, I talk with who, the person that
I'm gonna
was.
speak with the people in planning and zoning and the
Okay.
building department,
Okay,
and because that's where the permit is being reviewed.
okay, and
Those are
then
the
they will
people
tell
who
me
will,
exactly if.
they're gonna be the ones that tell you, here's what you need to do. You need to do A, B, and C, and then we will give you your permit. But you
Okay.
need to do what they tell you.
And if I need an exception, I will go to the chamber or how I will do it.
Well, if
If
things
indeed
come
I
up,
need an
then you'll have to get direction from
The planning and zoning.
planning,
county,
again,
from
planning and
my-
zoning, and if for some reason that requires more time, then you stay in touch with Miss Dorcius, and if you need to come here and ask for more time, you will
Miss
deal with
Dale.
that if we have to. But for today, I am finding proper notice. I will find that, yeah, both code sections remain in violation. I'm gonna set, what have we been doing in May? May 25th? Is that the
Yes.
date we've been picking? May
May
25th?
25th is a Sunday.
We've had a couple cases. We had a May
I
date.
think we used May 28th because that was the day before here.
That sounds right. May 28th will be the compliance date. Otherwise, I will accept city's recommendations in terms of daily fines and administrative costs. All right. Good luck, sir.
Page 7 of the agenda, item number 25, case number 24-2006. Property address is 1317 North K Street. Property owner is Nicole Farrell and Eric Fullwider, Officer Correct.
Thank you. Good morning.
Officer Orlando Curette with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Case was initiated on September 16th, 2024, during a field observation. Existing violations are 14-32. Please apply for and obtain a City of Lake Worth Beach business license for owner Pharrell Nicole C. and Fullwider Eric N. 14-35, please contact our code division to schedule and pass a use and occupancy inspection for owner Pharrell Nicole C. and Fullwider Eric N. 23.2-21, apply for, obtain, and pick up a permit for new windows and door. Requests for permits have been submitted on January 27th, 2025, and was disapproved on March 24th due to missing product approval numbers. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on January 17th, 2025. Certified mail was delivered on January 29th, 2025, posted at Property and City Hall on January 23rd, 2025. Last reinspection was on March 18th, 2025. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. City has had personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time for compliance is April 25th, 2025, or fines of $75 per day, plus the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by April 25th, 2025.
It looks like originally there was a violation regarding house numbers and that's complied.
All other violations have been complied.
So it's just the outstanding building permit and the business license and use and occupancy.
Yes, sir.
Great. Good morning.
Good morning,
Go ahead,
Eric Fullwider.
Yes, sir.
As far as I know, we just need the, I guess, reinspection and everything is, I thought, submitted for approval. Is that correct?
Well, it looks like you submitted it. There was window and door work that was done without a permit or
Previous owners.
okay. But it looks like that permit was applied for and it was disapproved because there was some missing information on the permit application. So,
And then my understanding is the construction company that submitted the permit was contacted and then resubmitted. and
Okay.
waiting for the city's approval.
That
is
may
my
be-
understanding.
Yeah, so we're waiting for that to be approved. Once that's approved, then we'll be able to do the use and occupancy.
so yeah, it sounds like you're pretty close to being there.
Yeah, I hope so.
April 20, based on what I'm hearing and what's left to be done, April 25th seems to me should be plenty of time. So I'm inclined to do that. Is there anything else, sir, that you'd like to tell me?
No.
All right. Anything else from the city?
No, sir.
Okay, then we'll find proper notice, respondents present, city has proper notice documents in the file. I'm gonna find, based on the evidence and the testimony that I've heard and reviewed, the property has complied with city code 2-75.6.2. Remains in violation of the other code sections that were cited in the notice regarding building permit and license and occupancy certificate. We will accept the city's recommendation, set April 25th as the compliance deadline. Daily fines $75 per day if compliance is not achieved by April 25th, and I will award the city's administrative costs of $425.29, and we'll make those due also no later than the April 25th deadline.
Yeah.
All right, good luck. Thank you, sir.
Page 4 of the agenda, item number 14, case number 24-693, property address of 1205 15th Avenue North. Property owner is Helena Cuellar, Officer Bryant.
Code Officer Juliana Bryant for the City of Lake Worth Beach. Case was initiated on 5/3/2024 as a field observation. Existing violations are 12-18 trash and debris. Please remove all trash and debris from all areas of property. 2-75.6.2 general requirements. Please remove refrigerator from the exterior of property. Please resurface and reseal asphalt driveway of property. Permit will be required. Please repair all cracks in concrete material of driveway. 23.4-10A3 parking on landscape. Please remove all vehicles from the landscape. 23.2-21 for a building permit. The property owner failed to secure a building permit. Apply for, obtain, and pick up a permit for closed-in windows of structure. All of the violations have been complied. Issued courtesy notice for violation hearing on 5/7/2024, re-inspected on 12/2/2024, found to be non-compliance. Formal notice of violation hearing was issued via certified mail on 12/20/2024. Certified mail received on 1/16/2025, posted at property in City Hall 1/17/2025. Property was re-inspected on last re-inspection was on 3/26/2025, found to be non-compliance. Photographs of property have been taken showing the violation. The city has had personal contact with the property owner. Recommendation time is July 21st, 2025, or fine $50 per day. Administrative costs $425.29 to be paid by July 21st, 2025.
Could you clarify on the date and,
Ma'am, let me get your
Oh, sure.
name first, please.
Oh, yes. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Honor, good morning, everyone. My name is Helena Cuella, 1205 15 Avenue North.
Thank you, ma'am. Go
I'm
ahead.
just sorry, I cannot listen well, but, you say July 20?
Yes, the city is recommending the compliance time to be July 21st, 2025.
And you said something about daily fees?
If compliance is not met by potential July 21st, 2025, then we are asking for $50 a day.
Okay, if it's not compliant. Yeah, yeah.
Is there anything else that, ma'am, that you'd like to tell me?
Just general information. Yeah, I appreciate, all, the communication, I guess. And, I just want to let you know that we more than willing to comply with everything. It's just sometimes, like, understanding. But one thing I have to mention in regarding to the driveway, right? That's what you are. That's of course an expensive project for us. And we tried though hard trying to get the finance or help on that and apply for the permit. And I was totally unaware that the permit was denied until yesterday, actually. Why I was unaware of that, because always when I resubmit the permit, I expect the email, but B permits, be like boy permit, and they get me an answer via email. But I was looking for that and I never found that one. So that's why I communicated with Ms. Juliana, said my permit is I haven't heard from the building department. And then she found it and she said, no, it's here. But then I figured it out that zoning use a different emailing. So I couldn't find myself in the email. When I search in my email, you search for the one that always I knew that was the V permit, email. So now zoning use a different emailing. So this seems like a simple situation, but it's a big situation. That's one of the reasons that I was totally ignorant of the permit. But I did apply and I was trying to find the answer from the permit, but I didn't know until yesterday they use a different email to respond it. So that's one thing, it's important because it makes me like a non-compliant person. Actually, I did start working on my finance. I buying some papers. So, but I just was waiting for the permit. That's it, which I couldn't figure it out what happened with the permit because of the emailing being used different. So that's why I asked to Ms. Juliana, the postponed because of the permit. I said to her, I have problems. I cannot start this job because of the permit. It's not, I haven't heard any feedback from them. And, she just actually said, no, there is some denial here, but it's not come from V permits. That's my observation, which seems simple, but it means a lot that's why I'm here. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's the reason I'm here, because of that name of the emailing situation. And we have all the intentions to comply. This is not a problem at all. And that's what I ask you to reconsider my postponement that I requested to Ms. Juliana, because I was totally unaware that my permit was denied.
Okay, no, and it looks like you've accomplished some things. Some you've already complied with a number of things. You got a few more things to do. I'm happy to put the compliance date out at the end of July as the city recommended. That's about 4 months from now, I
Well,
think.
yeah, in terms of the date now, I have a surgery, like I was explaining, going on and probably I will need a month of rest. And so I would like to suggest or to request at this time, August is 1 more month because of my health situations came new now.
What says the city? I mean, in my opinion, 4 months should be plenty of time for you to get this done. I honestly would be inclined to give you until that's 4 months from now. April, May, June, July, yeah.
Your Honor, this case
Uh,
was initiated last May.
And
so we think July
I
is
did see that
sufficient.
this has been going on now for 11 months since the case started. So I'm really, and based on what I've heard and seen this morning, July 21st should be plenty of time to get this done. And as the city attorney correctly points out, this case was initiated on
Okay.
May 3rd of 24, which is almost a year ago. So.
Right, yeah, I just, as I said, because my health, they haven't scheduled me my surgery and so on.
Well, I will tell you the same thing I've told a few other folks. If, I'm gonna give you until July 21st. If despite good faith efforts, you need more time, you stay in touch with Miss Bryant and ask for an opportunity to come back and make that request, and it'll be considered at that time. But for at this point, based on how this case has gotten to where it is, I'm gonna do July 21st. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me, ma'am?
No,
All right.
that's
Anything else from the city?
No, sir.
All right. City has proper notice. Respondent is present at today's hearing. I'm going to make the following findings based on the testimony and the evidence. Find the property has complied with city codes 23.411, 23.4-4, 22-75.6.6. Find property remains in violation of the remaining code violations that were cited in the notice. I will accept the city's recommendation or require compliance with the remaining violations no later than July 21st. The daily fines of $50 per day will be assessed if compliance is not achieved by July 21st. And the city's administrative costs of $425.29 are awarded and due no later than July 21st. Okay, good luck, ma'am. Thank you.
Page 9 of the agenda, item number 33, case number 25-81. Property address is 1401 North J Street. Property owner is Magic Line Holdings LLC. Officer Correct. Did he leave? I mean, he signed in.
So they left.
Yes, sir.
Oh, let's just do it.
Yeah.
It's been called up. So.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Officer Orlando Curette with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. Case was initiated on January 14th, 2025 during a field observation. Existing violations are 12-18. Please remove all trash and debris from the property perimeter. 23.2-21. Apply for, obtain, and pick up a permit for AC unit. A request has not been submitted for AC permit. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on January 17th, 2025. Certified mail was delivered on January 21st, 2025. Posted at Property and City Hall on January 23rd, 2025. Last reinspection was on March 26, 2025. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. The city has had personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time for compliance is April 28th, 2025, or fines of $75 per day, plus the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by April 28th, 2025.
So we're just talking about the 12-18 and 23.2-21, everything else?
Yes, sir. All
complied?
other violations have been complied.
And respondent was present.
He was present, yeah. He's saying he had a meeting.
Is no longer present, but city has proper notice with the notice documents contained in the file. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I'll find that property has complied with the code sections that were cited, except for city code 1218 and 23.2-21 remain in violation. I will grant the relief requested by the city, April 28th compliance, $75 daily fines after that, and $425.29 admin costs due by the compliance deadline.
We're going to go to page 1 of the agenda. Item number 1, case number 18-267. This is a public request for a lien reduction at 303 Cornell Drive. Property owner is Mara L. Coons, Officer Correct. And just for the record, we do have 4 liens on this property, but I am going to call them separately since they're separate violations and separate amounts.
It's, okay, it's agenda items 1 through 4.
Yes,
It's all
sir.
the same address, 4 different liens. Since you didn't say so, I'm guessing there's no stipulated agreement on these, or is there?
No.
Mhm. All right, and then you can call them all separately, but I want a big picture, so I want to hear everything before I start.
Do you want me to go ahead and call all the cases?
Yeah, because I
present?
don't want to, do some crazy reduction and then realize that there's still all kinds of problems. And
So item 1 is case number 18-267. Item 2 is case number 20-2008. Item 3 is case number 22-1230. And item 4 is case number 24-2131. All public requests for lien reductions at 303 Cornell Drive. Property owner is Mara L. Coons.
Thank you.
Orlando Curette with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Case number 18-267, property owner Maura Coons. There is a code enforcement lien on the property located at 303 Cornell Drive for violations that are now in compliance. The property is otherwise free of all outstanding debts due to the city, and all administrative costs assessed in the underlying code compliance case for the lien have been paid. Owner does not have any properties in the city that have active code compliance cases. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of section 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's Code of Ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property total $5,002.29. The city recommends to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $1,000.46 and payable by May 27th, 2025. If the city does not receive payment by May 27th, 2025, the existing lien amount of $5,002.29 shall be reinstated.
I want to put all 4 cases.
Oh, 4, okay, yes, sir. Let's give them all to you.
Krista Simmons, Compliance Admin Manager, City of Lake Worth Beach. Just for the record, on case number 18-267, which was just read, the lien amount is $4,300.
Is the city's recommendation still $1,000.46? Or does the city's
Yes.
recommendation change if?
Can I see the?
$1,000.46.
Can I see that file? The
Yeah.
18 case, please.
Yes.
Go ahead and go on with the others now. Look.
Case number 24-2131, property owner Maura Coons. There is a code enforcement lien on the property located at 303 Cornell Drive for violations that are now in compliance. The property is otherwise free of all outstanding debts due to the city, and all administrative costs assessed in the underlying code compliance case for the lien have been paid. Owner does not have any other properties in the city that have active code compliance cases. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of section 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's Code of Ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals $16,452.29. The city is not inclined to the reduction due to the repeat violation. Case number 20-2008, property owner Maura Coons. There is a code enforcement lien on the property located at 303 Cornell Drive for the violations that are now in compliance. The property is otherwise free of all outstanding debts due to the city, and all administrative costs assessed in the underlying code compliance cases for the lien have been paid. Owner does not have any other properties in the city that have active code compliance cases. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of section 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's code of ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property total $114,902.29. The city recommends to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $11,443.23. Owner has submitted receipts and payable by May 27th, 2025. If the city does not receive payment by May 27th, 2025, the existing lien amount of $114,902.29 shall be reinstated. Case number 22-1230. Property owner Maura Coons. There is a code enforcement lien on the property located at 303 Cornell Drive for violations that are now in compliance. The property is otherwise free of all outstanding debts due to the city, and all administrative costs assessed in the underlying code compliance case for lien have been paid. Owner does not have any other properties in the city that have active code compliance cases. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of section 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's code of ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property total $51,777.29. The city recommends to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $5,152.73. Owner has submitted receipts and payable by May 27th, 2025. If the city does not receive payment by May 27th, 2025, the existing lien amount of $51,777.29 shall be reinstated.
Okay.
Can we recall these cases? Because we have to figure out the lien amounts that are incorrect. Okay. Yolanda Bryant, City of Lake Worth Beach. Can we
Okay.
recall the cases and refigure the lien amounts to make sure they're accurate?
Yeah, and I guess council, if you want to participate in that as well. I mean, I need to know what the lien amounts are. Can you guys kind of do this right now so that?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes, sir.
He actually came yesterday to sign the stipulation, but her purse has been stolen, so she didn't have a hard copy of her driver's license.
And that's why I asked if there was a stipulated agreement right out of the box. So is there still an opportunity for a stipulated agreement to be entered into here?
Well, she does not have an ID, valid
She has a
ID.
photograph of her ID, and I have known this lady since she was a child. I have represented the family. But we do have a photograph of her driver's license because she took a picture of it.
Can you guys work this out? I mean, this seems like it should be able to be worked out. If that's where this is, I would hate to see that stand in the way of resolving this in a way that everybody can live with versus spending the rest of the morning and part of the afternoon going through this and figuring it all out.
And the property's under contract, hopefully to close Monday.
Yeah. Can you guys, please, see if you can,
We're gonna figure it out. We have two officers working on them.
figure it out. And that there should be no reason we can't bring this in for a landing that everybody wants.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. And while they're doing that, why don't we do the next case?
Okay. Yolanda, this is Orlando's case that's next as well. We're going to go to page 7 of the agenda, item number 28. Case number 24-2569, property address of 1527 North J Street. Property owner is Multi-Service Investment Holdings LLC. Officer correct.
And
I'm sorry.
oh, I got it.
You got it?
Agenda item
Page
28.
28. Yes, sir.
Page 7. Got it. Yep.
Officer Orlando Correct with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. Case was initiated on December 12th, 2024 during a field observation. Existing violations are 14-32. Please apply for and obtain a City of Lake Worth Beach business license for owner Multi-Service Investment Holdings LLC. 14-35. Please contact our code division to schedule and pass a use and occupancy inspection for owner Multi-Service Investment Holdings LLC. 23.2-21. Apply for, obtain, and pick up a permit for mini split AC. All other violations have been complied. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on February 12th, 2025. Certified mail was returned to sender. Posted at Property and City Hall on February 13th, 2025. Last reinspection was on March 17th, 2025. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. City has had personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time for compliance is April 28th, 2025, or fines of $75 per day, plus the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by April 28th, 2025.
So we got the permit for the mini split, which is holding up
The use
The-
and occupancy and
the
business.
business license and
Yes,
use
sir.
and occupancy.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Joseph Carbonell, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, I resubmitted I submitted the mini split permit in December, I think, but they returned it for some reason. Actually, the contractor did, and I was letting them do kind of the paperwork, and I'm not too sure what was missing at that point, but then I got more involved, and for some reason I forgot a signature was missing, and they returned it because of that. I resubmitted with the signature, but that page didn't scan properly, and I resubmitted again yesterday. I emailed B permits, but I haven't heard anything back. It was just yesterday. But the only reason I know what was missing was because Orlando informed me, and he looked into it for me because I was communicating with him because I'm trying to do what's asked. If I could please have 60 days instead of 30, just because of my experience with the other permits that I've been doing with the window. I submitted they submitted the paperwork. I think it was in sometime last year, and we just got it like the end of February. So
what's left to do?
He has the permit
Yeah.
for the AC, for the mini split, and then we were able to do the use and occupancy and have to get him to get the business license.
And the permit is what's holding up everything else
permit is
was
what's holding
good.
up- yes, sir.
So what's the outstanding issue with the permit?
Well, there's no permit yet in the system. When I spoke with the building department, the application and all the information on the application was incorrect. He's trying to do it as a owner occupied when it's
Okay.
actually a rental. So
Oh,
that
you
he has to.
can't do that. as
No,
a
sir.
Owner builder.
no, I wasn't doing owner
Okay.
occupied. That's the
Well, the way that it was submitted, yeah, there was no contractor information and so forth on the application.
no.
All
The
right.
contract information was here, is here. The problem was that the original problem was that the notary was missing on my side for some reason.
Okay, yeah.
But it wasn't about the contract. I went personally found that out that I couldn't do it myself. The first time I went was me. That's why I got the contractor involved.
Yep.
And then they submit the paperwork, which I emailed. Here's the lady who emailed it. It wasn't me that submitted the paperwork. She did it.
Mhm.
B permits responded to her. I gave her what she needed. And then we I then submitted the packet to them, but the only reason I know what was missing because you told me.
Yeah.
But before this, I personally went to the city of Lake Worth and, to see what's going on, what was the holdup. And they said they didn't have any records. And I showed them the email that someone's been communicating with me and they still didn't have any records, so I personally just gave them the packet.
Yeah.
So I mean, it wasn't personally, and then I got conflicting information also because originally we had commercial on there, which the first time they said was commercial. Then because the structure's under 4 units, it's considered residential. So then the second time they said it was residential, and I didn't argue. I just said whatever they want, that's what we're going to mark.
So let me ask, assuming a correct application is submitted by close of business tomorrow, will this be able to be wrapped up by the end of April? Is there any reason it shouldn't be?
With the AC permits, I'm not sure what the time frame is. Figure 2-3 weeks, and then we should be able to do the use and occupancy.
Here from building department.
Yeah.
Charlie Sturtevant, City of Lake Worth Beach, Building Department. Okay, when permits come into intake electronically, they manually get pulled out of intake, and at any time, there could be hundreds of them in there. So when they get disapproved from intake, it has not even been entered into the building department. When they get entered into the building department, mini split AC units have to go to zoning first, get approved by zoning for the location, and then they're sent to building.
Okay.
So there is a process.
I'm gonna give
Which
you the
might take
60
time.
days. I'm not gonna, I don't wanna.
Okay, I mean, it's submitted. The only reason I'm asking for 60 days, not to be.
No, if there's based on what I've heard, let's just, May 28th will be the compliance date on this one. Somebody's gonna give me a good answer as to why so many contractors try and put these mini splits in without permits. I mean, they did it to me at my house. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
I see so many mini split installs without permits that it would make your head spin. I don't understand. But that's just me editorializing and
Yeah.
soapboxing.
We
Is there anything
purchased
else
a
you'd like?
property like
Yeah.
that, so we're just trying to correct whatever the last.
Yeah.
I mean, she passed away, but the last person.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to tell
No.
me? Anything else from the city?
No, sir.
All right. City has proper notice. I will find, based on the testimony and the evidence in this case, property remains in violation of 23.2-21 and 1432 and 1435. We will set May 28th as the compliance date. Otherwise, I will accept the city's recommendation on daily fines and administrative costs and sign that order. Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Thank you.
We're going to go to page 3 of the agenda, item number 24-1975. It's a public request for an extension of time for compliance at 1226 North A Street. Property owner is 7987269 Canada Inc. Officer Domingo.
Good morning.
Morning.
Carlos Domingo with the City of Lakewood Beach Code Compliance, case number 24-1975. Property address has been read into the record. Owners requesting an extension of time, requesting for compliance by April 9th, 2025. Extension of time was requested on February 26th, 2025. Case was initiated as a field observation on September 13th, 2024. Notice of violation is sent out on October 7th, 2024. And property and City Hall was posted on October 7th, 2024. First hearing date on January 30th, 2025. The property was ordered for to be in compliance by February 27th, 2025, with a $75 per day fine. Last inspection was on March 24th, 2025, and found to be in compliance. To date, the property is in compliance with no active violations. Therefore, at this time, the city is in agreement with the extension of time request for the owner.
And then put your name on the record, sir.
Hi, my name is Sammy, and I just want to say that now that everything is in compliance, I don't really need an extension. I just want the case to be closed.
So is everything in compliance?
Yes, sir.
So why would we need to the extension? Is there unless has the
Because-
compliance date already come and gone?
Yes.
Okay, so we need to we'll extend the compliance date to,
Today?
The ninth?
Have you,
I
have
guess.
you, have you done your reinspection to confirm
Yes,
compliance?
I have.
So we'll just set today as the compliance date and,
Okay.
right? Yeah, so we'll make today the compliance date. That way you're not gonna have any fines accrue. And the administrative costs were paid in this case as well.
Yes.
Okay, so ordered. Good luck. Thank you.
Does that mean like, since you're fixing today's date, does that mean that after today, everything should be closed?
I believe so. Well, from what I've heard, you paid the administrative
Yeah.
costs, you're in compliance, city's inspected it. There's that should be that.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You just have to give us a few days to process it. Next, we are going to go to page 12. Item number 45, case number 25-213, property address of 426 North C Street. Property owner is Richmond Doralis and Renee Francois. Officer Dale, and I need to go get Officer Dale.
And I'm sorry, tell me the agenda item again.
Yes, sir. That would be item, page 12, item 45.
Thank
Who's glad to?
Got it. Morning. Thanks.
Greetings, Officer Leticia Dell with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. The owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. This case was initiated as an internal license complaint on February 6, 2025. Existing violations are 12-18 garbage, trash, and debris, 14-35 no active business license. 14-32 no active business license, 14-35 no use and occupancy inspection. However, on March 25th, 2025, inspection number 51514 was disapproved. The owner needs to replace missing exterior electrical cover, remove rust from the front porch railings and repaint, remove peeling paint from the front and back porch area and repaint, remove boards from the windows within 5 days for means of egress, repair or replace all broken or cracked windows. If the windows are replaced, a permit is required. The rear structure is in disrepair. They need to remove, repair, and replace all damaged wood and wood siding and repaint. The door on the rear structure is in disrepair. The owner needs to repair or replace the door. The door actually needs to be replaced because there is rusting at the bottom, and they were made aware that they need a permit if they choose to replace the framing of the door. Remove all shutters from the windows within 5 days for means of egress. Repair damaged rotted wood on the rear door on the back porch. Remove the hurricane shutters on the fascia in the rear and repair, replace with the proper material. Replace all bare dirt areas with living ground cover. A permit is needed for the plumbing that was added to the accessory structure, or they can remove it and revert it back to the original state. Remove all outdoor storage from the front porch area. Remove excessive landscape debris from the rear of the property. Remove all weeds from the property. And the rear back porch awning is in disrepair. They need to remove the 2x2 and replace with the proper material. 2-75.6.2, there was an awning in disrepair that needs to be replaced. 2-75.6.6, closed awnings. 23.4-19, outdoor storage. All other violations have been complied. The property was re-inspected on March 13, 2025. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on February 13, 2025, and the certified mail was delivered. The property was posted at the Property and City Hall on February 18th, 2025. The last reinspection was on March 25th, 2025, and found to be in noncompliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. There has been personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time is April 29th, 2025, with a $75 per day fine and an administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by April 29th, 2025.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead and put your name and address into the record, and then the floor is yours.
Good morning, I'm
Good morning.
Rebecca. I'm their daughter, so I'm speaking on behalf of them. It's for the address 426 North C Street. What was the deadline again? April 29th?
April 29th, that is correct.
Okay. Well, let me think that. I believe that would be enough time to get everything in compliance and fixed.
Okay. Think you got the parking violation corrected already, so you're on your way. Is there anything else that you wanted to tell me? Anything else from the city?
Is there a way we can do sometime in May? Maybe better. Just so that we can be able to purchase the supplies needed to do the repairs and have the time to get it done.
City have any objection to a May 20?
This was February 6th.
Yeah.
You want to do May 28th?
May 28th?
That's okay.
Yeah, this case is fairly fresh. It just started in February of this year. I am happy to give you till the end of May.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. Okay, then in this case, we have proper notice. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I'll find the property remains in violation as cited, except that there is compliance with 23.4-10A3. We will set May 28th as compliance deadline and otherwise accept the city's recommendation regarding daily fines and administrative costs. And good luck.
Thank you.
We're going to go to page 5 of the agenda. Item number 20, case number 25-76, property address of 616 North K Street. Property owner is Ashley M. Street and Angel Velasquez. Officer Bryant.
Morning.
Good morning, Code Officer Juliana with the City of Lake Worth Beach. Case was initiated on 1/13/2025 as a citizen complaint. Existing violations of the property are 14-32 business license. Please apply for and obtain a City of Lake Worth Beach business license for owner Street Ashley and Angel Velasquez. 14 Velasquez. 14-35 use and occupancy inspection. Please contact our code division to schedule and pass a use and occupancy inspection for owner Street Ashley and Angel Velasquez. 23.2-21 building permit. The property owner failed to secure a building permit. Apply for, obtain, and pick up a permit for new structures to include shed. Permit applications may be submitted to the building division. 23.4-4 fences, walls, and gates. Please repair all damaged wood of white fence of property. Formal notice of violation hearing was issued via certified mail on 1/21/2025, certified mail received on 1/29/2025, posted at property and at City Hall 2/3/2025. Last reinspection was on 3/24/2025, found to be non-compliance. Photographs of property have been taken showing the violation. So the city has had personal contact with the property owner. The recommendation time is a fine of recommendation time is May 30th, May 28th, 2025, or fine $75 per day. Administrative costs $425.29 to be paid by May 28th, 2025. May 28th, 2025.
Is the unpermitted structure that whole big thing behind the
Yes,
original?
sir.
'Cause I see the two aerial photographs from property appraiser.
Yes.
The older one, it's not there, and then the new one, there's a whole lot more buildings.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Yes, sir.
Hi, my name is Angel Velasquez.
Yes,
Watson.
sir. Floor is yours, Mr. Vaughn.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Let's start with what I have done already.
Yeah.
So the fence stuff is removed. They can't go and inspect that until I get everything else fixed, I think is what you told me. The shed in the back, I'm actually removing that this week.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take all my stuff, I'm gonna put it in a regular storage, and the storage company is, or the shed company is gonna come and remove it from the property. So that'll take care of that issue.
Okay.
I did submit a permit for the electrical box and stuff like, right? Electrical box.
Yes, I do see that it was submitted 2/19/2025, so February 19th.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's in the
and
pipe.
again, you know, I'm having a real hard time finding an electrical contractor to sign off on it, because I thought I could do it myself, but I can't. Because I got
Okay.
people living in there.
Right, right.
Right, the business license has been applied for, she can't come out and inspect the property because all these other things need to be taken care of. You know, I'm trying, or my wife and I are really trying to comply with everything the city wants us to do. Obviously, at the end of the day, I'm gonna be able to sell my property, you know, at full value once I get all these permits done. What I need, because I'm living out of the country right now. I'm working out of the country. It's very difficult for me to be flying here every couple of months, trying to get things done. I am gonna submit the permit today for the structure.
Okay.
Okay, only issue with that is once I submitted, is it Mr. Scott? Is he the permitting supervisor here?
So you would be working with both planning and zoning and the building division, and Scott Rodriguez is in planning and zoning.
Well, I see, and these are things that all these different departments that have to be involved, I have no idea who to go to. But here's what I'm doing. I'm waiting for my designer to give me a floor plan. You guys asked me for a floor plan on the addition. I have no problems doing that. I did get all the pictures of the construction to show you guys that everything was done correctly and to surpass code. Okay, the roof, the electrical, the plumbing, all the pictures, I have those now. I'm gonna submit that to you guys as well. I think that my request to you would be to please give me 6 months, because I do work outside the country. I can't keep coming back here every couple of months or every month, you know, it just makes it very difficult. I am gonna be putting this, all the permits in that I can today. And then hopefully you guys can give me the 6 months to kind of find these people to sign off on this stuff. Because they're not gonna approve the permit until they get a GC on board, or I'm gonna have to kick the people out of my house so I can do it myself.
We're at the end of.
I just need time. I'm gonna get it done. I just need more.
I understand.
Yeah.
Unless the city thinks 6 months is the appropriate amount of time, it seems like a little much, even under your circumstances.
So the permit only has to be in the approved status, not the work done yet.
Right.
Mhm.
To get it.
To have that 23.2-21 complied.
But then the work still all has to be done before the other. Right.
I'm sorry, what work?
Before the business license and that, I mean, the permits have to be closed out, don't they?
I have your.
You're not gonna, are you gonna issue the business license and the use and occupancy?
So long as the permit is approved and picked up.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay, all right, well, yeah, then.
Well, I'm not sure what work has to be completed.
I'm not sure. No,
Yeah.
whatever they
No, I was
require of you.
mistaken.
Yes.
It happens.
Yeah,
believe me.
that's okay.
Happens all the time.
I just need time. I just really want time because I don't want to keep coming back here and, you know, not judging any of these other folks here, but I don't want to be like them a year down the road, a year and a half later.
No, no, nobody does.
Yeah.
So what do we have? We have an electrical permit, structure,
So I've only cited for the new structures of the property, which would include the shed, but you say you're going to remove it, so
Yes.
it would really only be the extension of the house.
so is that like one master permit or are there? electric and mechanical and plumbing and structural, and is it, I'm trying to get a sense for exactly what has to be processed.
Charlie Sturtevant, City of Lake Worth Beach, Building Department. If the permit is an addition, he can apply for all the electrical, plumbing, roofing all at once.
Okay.
He was disapproved on his electrical permit on 2/25/25.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so they would have, he would have, or whoever applied for the permit would have received that email. On
Do we have a
20
reason why it was not approved? What's the reason? Because I didn't get an email.
The reason would be,
Well, you guys can
Yeah,
work through
yeah,
all
we'll
that
go through the,
offline, but
Okay.
what I'm trying to wrap my head around is how much time is, so if you're gonna submit, from what you told me, everything that needs to be submitted today or tomorrow. Or
Correct. Like before I leave, I'm leaving, I'm going back home on Saturday, so tomorrow, the latest, I have to submit the stuff, right?
again, it'll go through planning and zoning because it's an addition. And they will have to approve it with all of the items that they look at for, additions, locations. If there's enough room on the property for it, they do those approvals, then it'll come to building. And if it's complete, then we'll perform the inspections. And if the inspections, are approved, it's pretty much done. If there's items that need to be corrected,
All right.
then they'll have to.
I'm gonna do 90 days on this one, and hopefully, based on what I'm hearing, that'll be enough time. If it's not, ask for more, but I'm not comfortable stretching this 6 months today. I'll do 90 days. Given the path that this has to take through City Hall. But it sounds like if you get it submitted and it's complete before you leave, that should be enough time. All right, is there anything else, sir, that you'd like to?
Yeah,
put on
is
the
there any
record?
way to do these on a video conference instead of having a fly here?
I don't know. Then I'll let you have that conversation offline as well. I don't know. I don't know what the logistical
Or a
and
conference
technical.
call?
I don't know. Perhaps I don't know. If the city has the ability to do that, I have no objection, but I don't know. I can't speak for the administrative process. So, but by all means, ask
you.
Ms. Bryant and see if I
Appreciate
can.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So,
We're gonna you want to do the June 25th date? That's the day before the June hearing?
yep, June 25th. So I will find proper notice in this case. I will find the property remains in violation as cited, and we'll set June 25th as the compliance date. Daily fines of $75 after, if compliance is not achieved, and $425.29 administrative costs, which we'll set for the June 25th deadline as well. All right, and stay in touch with Miss Bryant.
Yeah, thank
Yep,
you.
You bet.
Okay, we're going to go back to page 1, items 1 through 4, case numbers 18-267, 20-2008, 22-1230, 24-2131. These are public requests for lien reductions at 303 Cornell Drive. Property owner is Mara L. Coons, Officer Correct.
All right, give me some good news.
It should be better.
No, it is better. It is better, Mr. Davis. Thank you. The staff, first of all, let me say, for the record, I'm William Pruitt. I'm an
Yes, sir.
attorney here in West Palm. And I'm kind of here in helping Ms. Coons and the people that have the mortgages on this property.
Okay.
Because it's a very skinny closing. They're going to take a haircut, so every dollar counts, and we appreciate Officer Corrett, Maria Mickey, I'm sorry, I botched that. They've been wonderful.
I always love to hear that. Yeah.
Responsive. They answered questions. They worked hard on this to get us to this point.
City has good people, so.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, this was
And
within-
it's
This was,
nice
Oh.
to run into that. So I
Great.
wanted to bring that to your attention.
Thank you.
I know I did this for
Okay, see, that's the
22
thing, so
years for
they
Palm
telling
Beach
me if
County.
it's under 5 years.
I did it for about 5 years for the city of West Palm and about 5 more for Jupiter.
Well, I'm encouraged. You made it out. Maybe I will make it out someday
Well,
myself.
I did it all. I didn't
Oh,
get
God
paid
bless
for
you.
any of that stuff. Pardon me? You didn't get paid either?
No.
So but I did come out unscathed, but the reason I mentioned it is
Yeah.
everybody is
Right.
quick
If
to
it's
explain
5 or more years,
and
it's
throw
under
the
5
all code
years, so it's
officers and
90%.
the staff under the bus, and I want.
It's under 5.
Well, that means a lot. I always am encouraged and happy when I hear those kind words, because you're right. They're few and far between.
Right, but it's not the date. If you look at the date, it's like
All right. So where are we with these?
yeah, that's one. Oh. Orlando Correct, City with Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. Code case 18-267, property owner Maura Coons. There's a code enforcement lien on the property located at 303 Cornell Drive for the violations that are now in compliance. The property is otherwise free of all outstanding debts due to the city, and all administrative costs assessed in the underlying code compliance case for the lien have been paid. Owner does not have any other properties in the city that have active code compliance cases. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of section 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's code and ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property total $5,002.29. The city recommends to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $1,000.46 and payable by May 27th, 2025.
Incorrect.
If the city does not receive payment by May 27th, 2025, the existing lien amount of $5,002.29 shall be reinstated.
Just 1 second again. That's the old amount. That's not the lien amount. The lien amount should be $4,300 on page number 18-267.
$4,300. That's what I got right here. Now, for the people who know, he paid 4,000 was 20%. Did that come with any receipts? No receipts. Okay, so that's what this is at. 860. So,
Got there.
okay, 4,000, reducing the lien down to $860. There you go. Just correction.
Okay. So correction. The lien existing on the property total $4,300. The city recommends to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $860 and payable by May 27th, 2025. If the city does not receive payment by May 27th, 2025, the existing lien amount of $4,300 shall be reinstated. Case number 20-2008, property owner Maura Coons. There is a code enforcement lien on the property located at 303 Cornell Drive for the violations that are now in compliance. The property is otherwise free of all outstanding debts due to the city, and all administrative costs assessed in the underlying code compliance case for the lien have been paid. Owner does not have any other properties in the city that have active code compliance cases. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 and the city's code of ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property total $114,200. The city recommends to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $11,373. Owner has submitted receipts and payable by May 27th, 2025. If the city does not receive payment by May 27th, 2025, the existing lien amount of $114,200 shall be reinstated. Case number 22-1230, property owner Maura Coons. There is a code enforcement lien on the property located at 303 Cornell Drive for the violations that are now in compliance. The property is otherwise free of all outstanding debts due to the city, and all administrative costs assessed in the underlying code compliance case for the lien have been paid. Owners does not have any other property in the city that have active code compliance cases. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of section 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's code of ordinances relating to the reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property total $51,075. The city recommends to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $5,082. Where I put on there, owner has submitted receipts. $5,082.50. If the city does not receive payment by May 27th, 2025, the existing lien amount of $51,075 shall be reinstated. This is a repeat case, number 24-2131, property owner Maura Coons. There is a code enforcement lien on the property located at 303 Cornell Drive for the violations that are now in compliance. The property is otherwise free of all outstanding debts due to the city, and all administrative costs assessed in the underlying code compliance case for the lien have been paid. Owner does not have any other properties in the city that have active code compliance cases. Owner has otherwise met all of the requirements of section 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's code of ordinances relating to the relating to the reduction of the code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property total $15,750. The city is not inclined to the reduction due to the repeat violation.
Okay. So all in, if I did the math right, there's like $186,325.29 in total liens across all four case numbers. City's total recommendation is a reduction to $34,035.09 or so. So, if I was to, and I'm terrible at math, but that's more or less where we are. So, where are we?
Well, Mr. Davis, Ms. Coons is certainly in agreement with 3 of the 4.
Sure.
And we were told by staff they're not allowed to suggest a reduction on
a repeat
violation.
Okay.
And that it lands squarely in your lap.
Okay.
And if you could find a way to give us a little bit more of a hedge on that one, because the fact of the mortgage holders and there's a loan that's being processed for the new buyers. I use something I learned in my experience is this is actually compliance that we're seeking and not revenue.
That is correct.
So we would hope that maybe we could get a reduction of that to 10%. Because it will help get this to the closing table. We already know the mortgage holders are going to take a haircut on it. There's no way, even if we got rid of all the code violations, they would take a haircut on it. I've got to get with them, of course, when we find out what Magistrate does here today and to try and get it to the table. The city gave us reductions for things to bring matters into compliance. And this was our fault. We didn't understand when we were doing the compliance work that they needed itemized statements. And a lot of the statements were only itemized to a certain extent. And because of the short time period, called a couple of the contractors and yesterday, and they were able to go back and figure out what they exactly did. We spent 22,000, let's see, $22,784 in total to fix the property up. Now, granted, not all of that was just code compliance, so they are right about that. But to get the property up and make it saleable, and to make the neighbors happy that somebody will be living in there and it's gonna do some work on the property. I think you all know, I may not have mentioned, Ms. Coons is a single mother, 4 children. And that alone is a full-time job, and that has caused some of the problems in this. The good news, I believe, is none of these violations were life safety violations. They were mainly maintenance and things like that. I don't think there was anything that it caused a risk to anybody. So we would ask for a reduction to 10%, and I understand that's totally in your jurisdiction terms.
Yeah, so can you give me a little bit of information? It looks like we're talking about case number 2024 2131. And that order found a repeat violation and assessed fines. From starting on September 27th. The hearing was October 31st. Oh, that was Halloween.
Yes.
You guys, oh, and you weren't here, were you?
She came, I was not.
That was,
Yes.
you remember?
I was not invited.
I was dressed up like Captain Kirk.
Yes.
That was you.
That was you.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I'm pretty sure I told everyone who called me captain, they got bonus points. Maybe that will come into play here.
Well, she did tell me
I'm
that
just
that
saying.
Captain Kirk was the hearing officer.
So when did this come into compliance? The 2024 case?
If you don't have that, I have it pulled up.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Krista Simmons, Compliance Admin Manager. It came into compliance January 10th of 25.
And then what was the actual, the
violations?
called as general requirements?
Yes, the violations were overgrowth, the hedges overgrowing onto the sidewalk, chipping, peeling paint, dry rot above the garage door. And there was one window that was closed, a shutter was closed, but mainly just general requirements.
All right, so this will probably be the harder one to answer. The repeat was based on a 2020 case. Can you tell me about what happened in that case?
On the 2020 case?
Yeah, and what I'm looking for is what was that, again, what were the general requirement violations and how long were they in violation?
I will pull that up for you, sir.
Should be able to pull it up.
Sure. There you go.
Okay, for general requirements on the 20 case. Let's see. That was for the roof. Roof and disrepair, blue tarp, been on roof for a while. Please fix, repair roof. Permit is required. That was November 18th of 2020. It looks like a reinspection was done September 21st of 21. Violation still existed. The tarp had been shredded. So it wasn't fully covering the roof. November 4th, 21, no permit still had been applied for. March 29th, 2023, the roof was repaired. So let me see how long the fines ran.
And that's what she's reading now. Okay.
So the fine ran from June 29th of 2021 to August 14th of 2024.
Okay.
However, that was not, the general requirement was not the last Actually, it was for the permit. So the permit didn't get approved until August 14th of 24. So that's how they came with the compliance date under the general requirements.
2020 was, if I'm remembering correctly, a ridiculously insane hurricane season,
Yes,
was
sir.
it, was it not?
Yes.
So was the blue tarp a storm damage situation?
It was, there were a couple of tiles missing or something that, I think, the public adjuster felt that there might be a roof leak.
Wasn't that the year we went into like Greek lettered names
We
because they
were
went
in
through
Greek
the regular
letters,
alphabet?
And we were also in COVID.
Oh, yeah. So, all right. Okay.
So I lived through
Special
2
magistrate.
years of special master and COVID.
Yolanda Bryant, I don't remember no 3 storms in 2020. I do remember COVID, but not no 3 storms.
I
in
just
2020.
remember that
Yeah,
I don't remember what hit where. I just remember that was the year we like were using Greek letters because we got through the alphabet. But okay. So basically the 2020 case was a blue tarp scenario and the 2024 case was kind of landscaping and general maintenance. Is that
That's
a
correct.
fair statement?
Yes.
Okay. So yes, it was a repeat violation, but one could argue that they were different circumstances. Is there anything else the city would like to put into the record on this one?
No, sir.
Anything else?
No, sir. Thank you
All
for your
right.
time.
So if I heard correctly in agenda items 1, 2, and 3, which were the $4,300 lien being reduced to $860, the $114,000 and change lien being reduced to $11,000 and change, and the $51,000 and change lien being reduced to a little over $5,000. Everybody,
Yes, sir.
you have no objection to those?
No objection.
So you're asking for some additional relief on the $16,750 lien, which is on case 2024-21-31.
I believe that when we met, it was 15,000.
15,750.
The number I was given was 16,750.
That was the error.
That was the error one.
Okay, what's the correct number?
15,750.
15.
Mhm.
Yes.
I should have worn my hearing aids today. I misheard you. I wrote 16. Okay. All right, so on that one, based on everything that I've heard and having gone through the file and what the repeat violations were, I'm gonna reduce that one to $5,000. And I guess that same May 27th date. And yes, ma'am. I like round numbers. I don't like change.
No, that's a lot more.
Is that within my purview? Is
Yeah.
that within the parameters that I can go to all the way down to 10%, but I think 5,000 is appropriate under the circumstances. So that is my order in these cases. Okay?
Yes, sir.
I wish you the best of luck on your
Thank you.
closing
Thank you.
and
We appreciate your time. We appreciate everybody with the city who really have been very helpful.
you're
So
welcome. I think this
I-
was the appropriate outcome.
if I need to reappear at budget time, let me know.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Okay, we're gonna stay on that page and go to page 5. Stay on that page, go to item 5. Case number 19-1389 is a public request for a lien reduction at 204 North M Street. Property owner is TCPA Properties, Inc., Officer Dorceus. And also, they're also item number 6. So I don't know if you want a whole picture, I can call that one as well.
Yeah, please.
Okay, item 6, case number 24-1050, public request for a lien reduction at 204 North M Street. Property owner TCPA Properties, Inc., Officer Dorceus.
Okay. Greetings. Code Officer Fedleen Dorceus with the City of Lake River Beach Code Division. The owner has entered a stipulated lien reduction for case number 24-1050. City of Lake Worth Beach and property owner TCPA Properties Incorporated and the owner of agent of property listed below, that the person executing the stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into this agreement and bind, that there's a code enforcement lien on the property located at 204 North M Street in Lake Worth Beach. The owner has otherwise met all requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1 of the city's code of ordinance relating to code reductions of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals to the amount of $2,250, and the owner agrees to pay $225 to settle and release the lien. The city will recommend to the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien down to $225, and the owner agrees to make the payment no later than April 29, 2025. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, the stipulated agreement shall be null and void with no further action taken by the city. An existing lien of $2,250 shall be reinstated.
That was on the 24 case?
Yes, the 24 case.
Yeah, so let me just, I mean, go ahead and you can tell me your.
I don't have any comments on that case.
Yeah, this is, I will review and I've reviewed and I will approve that stipulated agreement as presented.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's like the bigger issue is the next case.
All right. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right, case number 19-1389. The city attempted to enter into a stipulated agreement for the lien reduction with the property owner TCPA Properties Incorporated for the property located at 204 North M Street in Lake Worth Beach. The owner has otherwise met all requirements, section 2-69.3 and 2-693.3.1 of City Code Ordinance related to reduction of code enforcement liens. The lien existing on the property totals to $98,850. The owner has submitted approved receipts for the amount of $1,500. The city had reduced the lien down to $19,470 made payable by May 27, 2025. The owner did not agree with the reduction amount and the document was not signed. The lien has been in violation for 6 years. At this time, the city is not inclined to any further reductions. The case was initiated on March 12, 2019. The case went to hearing on May 30th, 2019. The last active violation, 23.2-21 building permits, was complied on March 31st, 2021.
Okay. All right, go ahead and put your name and address into the record, and then you can tell me about the request for the lien
Sure.
reduction.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, Captain Kirk. And thank you.
That was October 31st only.
Appreciate the opportunity to speak. My name is Robert Glassfeld. I'm here on behalf of my family, the owners of 204 North M Street. This is a single-family home built in 1931, so it's almost 94 years old. I just want to add some context surrounding the lien at issue. In 2019, we began a restoration project to return the home to its original design. Given the age of the home, we understood that this was a job that had to be done the right way. We consulted professionals from the start to ensure that this restoration project would uphold the safety standards of the city. However, the complexity of restoring a nearly century-old building, combined with the unforeseen challenges of COVID-19, significantly extended the project timeline. There was labor shortages, skyrocketing material costs, limited contractor availability. All of these combined made even the most basic tasks very difficult to complete. Despite these obstacles, we did commit to continuing the progress on the project and keeping the work ongoing. From 2019 and 2020 and 2021, I have receipts I've provided to Officer Dorcius of invoices, payments throughout the pandemic. We were still working as much as we could. Obviously, it was a situation nobody could have foreseen, but we were trying to get it done as soon as possible. By March 2021, the project was in compliance. And I just want to also note that after getting in compliance on this specific project, we have continued to invest in this property, invest in really improving the historical district of Lake Worth, which is where this property is located. In December 2022, we invested over $23,000 to install a central AC system. This was a fully permitted project, but this was actually a house that didn't have AC. Believe it or not, that still does exist in South Florida. We also
say if you were doing a historic house, that probably was a big job because I'm sure it didn't have.
It was not built with that in mind.
less than a year after that, in August 2023, we spent over $7,200 constructing a perimeter fence around the property, a wooden fence. This was permitted as well, and it doesn't sound like a big deal because it's just a fence, but given the location of this house, it's about a block away from downtown. There's a big yard in front of it. It's on the corner, and it's a high traffic area. And prior to that fence being there, there was a lot of debris, trash being left by pedestrians. There was crime on our property. There was loitering. And I do believe that this fence has not only improved the curb appeal of that location, but also the safety of the area. Further, on top of that, we've complied with all the city's requests, including permitted repairs to the patio, upgrading the exterior light fixtures, capping exposed electrical wiring, repairing a portion of the fence, and installing an improved mailbox and affixing address numbers to the building. I just want to point those out, not to complain about any of the issues that the city pointed out, because I do believe that the city is well-intentioned and trying to help not only our property, but the area. I just want to point it out because it has come at a significant expense to us as the property owners. We're a small family-run owned business. Our financial resources are limited, and this lien is a significant burden on us. We've owned the property for nearly 20 years. We have no intention of selling it. This is not a situation where we need the lien cleared in order to sell the property. We could intend to own this property for the long term. The current lien proposal is just unaffordable, given the amount we've put into this property. And without a reduction, the city would risk collecting nothing. Respectfully, I request that this lien be reduced to a nominal amount. I believe it's a fair resolution in light of our long-term ownership, documented efforts to comply with the city, substantial financial investment, and our sincere commitment to preserving the historical character of Lake Worth. Thank you for your time, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of, oh wait, there's some. It's the yellow house. There's a couple of pictures in the
It's like,
file.
yeah, beige. You could, there could be an argument that there's a yellow tint to it.
Just the picture I'm looking at. I mean, they're old pictures.
It's on the corner of.
Is the restoration work done at this point?
Everything's done.
And back to its,
So what happened was a previous owner, there was a patio, and the previous owner enclosed that patio and made it part of the house
Okay.
to make like the living room area bigger. And and I actually don't think that was permitted, that original job that was done before we bought it. So we brought back the original patio.
okay, so we have a $98,850. Oh, is this? So looking at the front, the right side is what you would put back to being
I
a
see the
porch.
picture?
That's from 2024.
That what we're talking about?
Yes, exactly. So that was all enclosed.
Yeah, it's okay. Nice. All right, so. 98,850 is the amount of today of the lien.
Mhm.
As we sit here today, the city's recommending reduction to 19,000. So what is that, like 20%
That's
plus
correct.
the whatever receipts
Minus
were?
the $1,500 receipts that he submitted.
And by code, I have legal authority to go down to 10%. Is that's the most? So that the most I could do would be $9,885. Not saying that's what I'm doing. I'm just building my sandbox right now.
I understand.
Okay. This wasn't a repeat violation or anything like that.
Mind if I add something as well?
Go ahead.
We're in the property management business. We're not in the development or construction business, and this was a learning experience for us. I think, yes, the pandemic and all that came with it was a contributing factor in the delays, but also I think our novice our naivete towards this type of job also contributed. And I'd like to point towards my working relationship with Ms. Dorcius over the last couple of years to get everything else cleared. I think we've had good communication and it shows in that last lien we just settled. I did everything I can and I have records of our ongoing communication really for the last 14 months to get that resolved. And we've had to pull permits. I just think that the process now is a lot more fluid between us as the owners and the city than it was in 2019, 2020.
Okay, so, I like what I've seen. I appreciate what you've told me. What I will do is reduce this lien down to $10,000. How much time do you need to pay that? I can give you a reasonable amount of time.
90 days.
I'll give you 90 days to pay that. And if it's not paid within 90 days, though, it will revert back to the full amount. So you want to make sure you get that paid.
Okay, can we do a date certain? So that's gonna be, let's see,
June 25th.
thank you.
Okay, very good. Good luck.
Thank you.
Congratulations on a successful restoration too.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You bet.
Appreciate it. Captain Kirk. Thank you.
Yeah, actually, yesterday was Live Long and Prosper Day. You can look that up. Leonard Nimoy's birthday. Yes, of course. We've been going since 9 o'clock. It's 11:30. Why don't we come back like 10 till or so? We'll go off the record.
Make sure you get unmuted on there. Our little recorder is done. Let's
Back on the record. All right, let's finish up. We've got no more respondents present, so let's I guess just go back to the top of the agenda and work our way through the remaining cases where respondents did not appear.
We're not starting at the top.
Well, tell you what, start wherever you want to, and I'll follow along.
Okay. We're gonna get the officers out that don't have very many
Yes,
cases.
okay, that makes sense.
We used to start at this top, but not anymore.
No, I think that you're right. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to page 13 of the agenda, item number 48, case number 24-2588. Property address of 1709 12th Avenue North. Property owner is Omar Rodriguez and Adriana Enrique and Omar E. Rodriguez.
Okay.
Officer Domingo.
Got it.
Carlos Domingo with the City of Lakewood Beach Code Compliance. Case number, owner's name and owner's address has already been read into the record. This case was initiated on December 6, 2024 as a field observation, with existing violation being 23.2-21. The property owner failed to secure a building permit for installed pavers. The permit for the pavers has been disapproved. It was disapproved on March 17, 2025. All other violations have been complied. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on February 12, 2025. Certified mail was returned to sender, posted at property and city hall on January 15, 2025. Last reinspection was on March 24th, 2025, and found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. Personal contact with the property owner has been made. City's recommendation time is for April 28th, 2025, or pay fines of $50 per day after the city's recommendation time for compliance, plus an administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by April 28th, 2025.
Okay, respondent is not present. City has proper notice with the notice documents contained in the file based on the testimony and the evidence. The find property remains in violation of City Code 23.2-21. I will grant the relief requested by the city.
We're going to go to page 14 of the agenda, item number 53, case number 24-966. Property address of 623 North Ocean Breeze. Property owner is Christopher Pope. Officer Dorcius.
Greetings, Code Officer Fedleen Dorcius of the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Owner's name, owner's address, and case numbers are already been read into the record. Property location 623 North Ocean Breeze. This case was initiated as an internal complaint from Planning and Zoning on June 12, 2024. Existing violations 23.2-21, building permit for the windows. Owner submitted permit application number 25246 for residential windows and doors on January 28, 2025. The permit application was disapproved by Planning and Zoning on February 19, 2025. The permit was resubmitted on March 3rd, 2025. The permit application was disapproved by the Building Division on March 19, 2025. That same permit application 25-246 was resubmitted on March 25th, 2025. That permit is currently in plan review. 23.2-21, building permits for the wooden fence installation. Owner submitted permit application number 25-276 for a residential fence on January 30th, 2025. The permit was disapproved by Planning and Zoning on March 18, 2025. No resubmission has been submitted at this time. All other violations has been complied or resolved. Courtesy notice number 14027 was left on the property on June 26, 2024. The property was re-inspected on October 28, 2024. Former notice of violation was issued via certified mail on October 21st, 2024. Certified mails received on October 24th, 2024. Property in City Hall was posted on October 24th, 2024. The property last re-inspection date was on March 24th, 2025. Photographs of the property has been taken showing the violations. The city had personal contact with the property owner via phone and an email. The recommendation time for voluntary compliance will be April 29th, 2025, plus administration costs of $425.29 made payable by April 29th, 2025, or paid a fine of $50 per day.
Respondent is not present, but the city has proper notice with the notice documents contained in the file based on the testimony and evidence. I find the property remains in violation of City Code 23.2-21, but has complied with all other code sections cited in the notice, and I will grant the relief requested by the city.
Now we're going to go to page 9 of, nope, not 9, 10 of the agenda. Item number 38, case number 24-1943, property address of 418 North A Street. Property owner is Elis Whistler, Officer Dale.
Officer Leticia Dale with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. The owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. This case was initiated as a field observation on September 11, 2024. Existing violations are 23.2-21. A permit is needed for the pavers. All other violations have been complied. There was an issue courtesy notice for violation. Door hanger number 14182 was issued with a date for correction of January 2nd, 2025. The property was re-inspected on March 12th, 2025. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on January 8th, 2025, and the certified mail was delivered. The property was posted at the Property and City Hall on January 10th, 2025. The last reinspection was on March 26, 2025, and found to be in noncompliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. There has been personal contact with the property owner. The city is recommending to enter this order as a bifurcated order. The city is requesting the order to go in with the city giving the owner until April 29, 2025 to get the permit application submitted, and May 29th, 2025 to get the permit approved, including the admin cost of $425.29 to be paid by April 29th, 2025.
All right, respondent is not present, but the city has proper notice with the notice documents contained in the file. Based on the testimony and the evidence, find property remains in violation of City Code 23.2-21, and that the violation of 23.4-4 has been resolved, and I will grant the relief bifurcated order requested by the city.
Was that $75? I'm sorry, the
$50.
Oh, $50. Thank you. Page 11 of the agenda, item number 41, case number 24-2480, property address of 220 North D Street. Property owner is Leslie Vercosa, Officer Dale.
Officer Leticia Dale with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. The owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. This case was initiated as an internal license complaint on November 4th, 2024. Existing violations are 14-32, no active business license, 14-35, no use and occupancy inspection. However, on January 21st, 2025, Code Officer Carlos Domingo conducted an inspection, and the inspection was disapproved due to the following. The knee wall is in disrepair. The house number is not visible on the property structure. The crawl screens are in disrepair. Dirt and bare spots, wire box in disrepair, boards on the window, tape on the window, soffit screens in disrepair, soffit screens missing, rotted wood on the fascia, gutter spout in disrepair, light fixture without a cover, nails on the windows, 2-75.6.2 missing house numbers, dirt buildup on the property to include the knee wall, missing screen door, knee wall in disrepair, and 2-75.6.6 the shutters on the window. All other violations have been complied. The property was re-inspected on March 12, 2025. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on January 6, 2025, and the certified mail was returned. The property was posted at the Property and City Hall on January 8, 2025. The last re-inspection was on March 26, 2025, and found to be in noncompliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. There has been personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time is April 29, 2025, with a $75 per day fine and an administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by April 29, 2025.
Respondent is not present. The city has proper notice with notice documents contained in the file. Based on testimony and evidence, find property remains in violation as cited, except for compliance with City Code 23.4-19. Will grant the relief requested by the city.
Item 43, case number 25-50, property address of 617 North A Street. Property owner is Stephen Gold, Officer Dale.
Officer Leticia Dale with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Compliance. The owner's name, case number, and address has been read into the record. This case was initiated as a citizen's complaint on January 9th, 2025. Existing violations are 12-18, garbage, trash, and debris, 14-32, no active business license, 14-35, no use and occupancy inspection. However, on March 5th, 2025, inspection number 63463 was conducted by Code Officer Dwight Lewis, and the inspection was disapproved due to the following. The owner needs to remove all dirt buildup from the entire property to include the parking lot area, remove all garbage, trash, and debris from the entire property, remove all unregistered vehicles from the entire property, remove all vehicles from the landscape areas, remove all unpermitted sheds from the property or contact building to apply for an approved permit, remove unpermittable plastic shed from the property, replace all soffit screens, replace and/or seal all broken concrete slabs on the entire property, remove all outdoor storage from the entire property, update all expired fire extinguishers, replace all bare dirt areas with living ground cover, remove the tape from all windows on the entire property within 5 days for means of egress, freshen up all landscape rock areas and remove all weeds from the entire property. Remove discolored paint from the walkway and repaint to include the stairs. 2-75.6.2, dirt buildup on the driveway. All other violations have been complied. The property was re-inspected on March 5th, 2025. Informal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on January 13th, 2025, and the certified mail was returned. The property was posted at the Property and City Hall on January 15th, 2025. The last reinspection was on March 26th, 2025, and the property was found to be in non-compliance. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. There has been personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time is April 29th, 2025, with a $75 per day fine and an administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by April 29th, 2025.
Okay, the respondent is not present, but the city has proper notice with the notice documents in the file. Based on testimony and the evidence, I find the property remains in violation as cited, except for City Code 23.4-11. And I will grant the relief requested by the city.
Where are we going? We're going to Suella. So we're going to go to page 2 of the agenda. Item number 7, case number 19-1937. This is a public request for a lien reduction at 921 South Federal Highway. Property owner is Longboat Managers LLC, Officer Turek, and they entered into a stipulated agreement.
Joel Turek, previously sworn. The persons executing the stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into this agreement and bind the respective parties to the terms contained herein. There is a code enforcement lien on the property located at 921 South Federal Highway, Lake Worth Beach. The property is otherwise free of all outstanding debts due to the city. Owner has otherwise met all requirements of section 2-69.3 and 2-69.31. The lien existing on the property total $196,950, and the owner agrees to pay $19,695 to settle the release the lien. The city will recommend the special magistrate that an order be entered reducing the lien to $19,695, and the owner agrees to make payment by April 28th, 2025. If the city does not receive payment, the stipulated agreement shall be null and void and no further action taken by the city, and the existing lien amount of $196,950 shall be reinstated.
I do have the stipulated agreement for lien reduction.
Right on top.
Yep, I've reviewed it. It's in proper form and approved.
Thank you.
Item 8, case number 23-1481 is a public request for a lien reduction at 108 South C Street. Case owner was Kevin O'Hara. The new owner is Kevin W. O'Hara and Patrick B. Donovan. Officer Turek.
Joel Turek, previously sworn. Persons executing the stipulated agreement have the authority to enter into the agreement and bind the respective parties to the terms contained herein. There is a code enforcement lien on the property located at 108 South C Street. The property is otherwise free of all outstanding debt due to the city. Owner has otherwise met all the requirements of sections 2-69.3 and 2-69.3.1. The lien existing on the property total $14,850, and the owner agrees to pay $1,485 to settle and release the lien. The city will recommend the special magistrate that an order will be entered reducing the lien to $1,485, and the owner agrees to make payment by April 28th, 2025. If the city does not receive payment as set forth above, the stipulated agreement shall be null and void with no further action taken by the city, and the existing lien amount of $14,850 shall be reinstated.
Thank you. I do have the stipulated agreement for lien reduction. I've reviewed it. It is in proper form and approved.
Page 16 of the agenda, item number 61, case number 24-2372, property address of 1500 South Palm Way. Property owner is Corinthian Architect and Design Gallery, LLC. Officer Turek.
Sue Turek, previously sworn. The address, case number have already been read into the record. The existing violations are 23.4-6, home occupational license, and 2-75.6.5, electrical service. The electrical service was shut off 2/25 of 25, and then it was turned back on, and then it was back off again on 3/17/2025. All other violations have complied. The courtesy notice was issued on 10/31 of 24, re-inspected on 12/2 of 24. Formal notice was issued 1/8 of 25. Certified mail was returned, but the property was posted on 1/17 of 25. The property was re-inspected on 3/25, and the photographs have been taken, and I have had personal contact with the owner. And the recommendation of time is April 28th of 2025, and the city recommends the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by April 28th, 2025, and a fine of $75 per day.
So is the 275.6.5
The electric,
complied or in violation?
it's in violation.
It went in and went out.
It went in and went out,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Got it. Okay. Respondent is not present, but city has proper notice with the notice documents contained in the file. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I'll find property has complied with the violations cited in the notice, except still remains in violation of 23.4-6 and 22-75.6.5, and I will grant all the relief requested by the city.
Thank you.
Item 63, case number 24-2666, property address of 925 South K Street. Property owner is PSR Homes 2 LLC. Officer Turek.
Sue Turek, previously sworn. Case number, owner's name, address have been read into the record. The case was initiated by another zone officer on 12/19 of 24. The violations are as follows. General requirements 2-75.6.2. Please remove dirt, mildew from all walkways. Please remove dirt and mildew from all stairways. Please replace missing light covers at units 1, 9, and 14. Please repair, replace damaged, broken electrical box. Please repair, replace broken AC wall covers. Please repair broken wall concrete around AC by unit 6. 2-75.64, the plumbing facilities has complied. Outdoor storage 23.4-19. Outdoor storage in residential districts for residential purposes shall be limited to domestic equipment and normal supplies. Storage shall not be permitted in any front yard, to include all indoor chairs, tables, etc. from all walkways. The fire safety requirements 2-75.6.6. Please repair, replace broken, damaged fire extinguisher cases where needed. business license 14-32, and the use and occupancy inspection 1435. The last use and occupancy inspection was performed on 11/16 of 21. Formal notice of violation was issued. Excuse me, the property was the
Spit it out.
I can't spit it out. The formal notice of violation hearing was by certified mail was received on January 21st, 2025. There we go. Then it was posted on January 17th, 2025. The property was re-inspected 3/25/25, and photographs have been taken. I have had personal contact with the owner, and the recommendation of time would be April 29th, 2025. And the city recommends a administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by April 29th, 2025, or a fine of $75 per day.
So everything's still in violation.
Everything's still in violation except for the water has been turned back on. The plumbing. The 2-.
But that's, that doesn't clear the entire.
Right.
The entire code section.
Right, 2-75.6.4 was complied.
Okay.
All of the rest of them are all still open.
Respondent is not present, but the city has proper notice with the notice documents contained in the file. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I do find the property remains in violation of all the code sections that were cited, even though there's been some forward progress on some of the things as testified to by the officer. I will award the relief requested by the city.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go to page 2 of the agenda, item number 9, case number 24-2202. It's a public request for an extension of time for compliance at 6 Lucerne Avenue. Property owner is Seabreeze Villas LLC, Officer Bryant.
Yeah.
Code Officer Juliana Bryant for the City of Lake Worth Beach. The case was initiated on 10/3/2024 as a citizen complaint. Existing violations of the property are 2-75.6.2 general requirements. Please remove all chipping and peeling paint from all areas of property and paint as needed. 23.4-4 fences, walls, and gates. All the violations have been complied. It issued courtesy notice for a violation hearing on 10/22/2024, re-inspected on 1/9/2025, found to be non-compliance. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on 1/10/2025, certified mail received on 1/23/2025, posted at property at City Hall 1/17/2025. Last re-inspection was on 3/24/2025, found to be non-compliance. Photographs of property have been taken showing the violations. The city has had personal contact with the property owner. Recommendation time is April 28th, 2025, or fine $50 per day. Administrative cost $425.29 to be paid by April 28th, 2025.
Okay,
2025.
I'm confused.
Yes.
This is a request for an extension of time, correct?
You just read into the record agenda item 16.
Yeah, you read the wrong, yes.
Which is a violation hearing.
I'm so confused.
You called.
I called item number 9,
You
case
called
number
item number 9.
24-2202. It's a public request for an extension of time for compliance at 6 Lucerne Avenue, Seabreeze Villas LLC.
Yeah, 2201.
Since you heard that, do you want me to? Or do you
Oh,
want?
yeah, no, that's
Okay.
not, I have that file.
So you want to finish that
I
one?
heard your presentation, so let's finish agenda item
Which item number was that?
16.
16, okay. So that was 24-2201.
Yes.
Okay. 215 North Palm Way, got you.
I was walking up here. I was looking at the number. I was like, maybe they wrote it wrong on the case, but it was me.
Okay, so that was $50 a day, and what was the time?
April 28th, 2025.
Thank you.
Did they get rid of the bees themselves, or did they hire? I hope they did it correctly, I hope. Or did the city come in and do it? Or
It wasn't the city. It was, they did it themselves.
they did hire a bee? They didn't hopefully just bug bomb.
He didn't tell me specifically, but
Okay, well, I should ask questions. All right, but it's not in violation any longer.
it is not the bees, no.
Right, that's what I mean, the bees.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, respondent is not present. However, the city has proper notice with the notice documents contained in the file. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I will find the property remains in violation of City Codes 2-75.6.2, parens B4 and 23.4-4, but has complied with all other code sections originally cited, and I will grant the relief requested by the city.
All right, yeah, and so I'm still confused on this. My apologies as well. So what two are still in violation? 27562?
And 23.4-4.
Okay, but not the B4, not the
No.
weeds.
Nope,
Gotcha.
that's in compliance.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you. Okay, now we're going to go back to page 2, item number 9, case number 24-2202, which is a public request for an extension of time for compliance at 6 Lucerne Avenue. Property owner is Seabreeze Villas LLC. Officer Bryant.
Property address 6 Lucerne Ave, case number 24-2202. Case was initiated on 10/3/2024. Case went to hearing on 1/30/2025. Fines were scheduled to begin accruing on 2/28/2025. Owner is requesting an extension of time of 30 days. Currently, the city is not in favor of this extension. Active violations of the property are 14-32, business license, and 14-35, use and occupancy inspection.
And the respondent / applicant is not present, then I will deny the request. Yeah.
We're going to go to page 5 of the agenda, item number 18, case number 24-2512, property address of 111 North M Street off, case name is 500 Lake Avenue LLC. Officer Bryant.
Code Officer Juliana Bryant for the City of Lake Worth Beach. Case was initiated on 11/15/2024 as an internal code complaint. Existing violations of the property are 14-32, business license. Please pay for business license, Lake Worth Waterkeeper Inc. Please apply for and obtain a City of Lake Worth Beach business license for owner 500 Lake Ave LLC, 111 North M, 14-35 use and occupancy inspection. Please contact our code division to schedule and pass a use and occupancy inspection for owner 500 Lake Ave LLC, 111 North M. All of the violations of the property have been complied. Formal notice of violation hearing was issued via certified mail on 11/15/2024. Certified mail received on 1/24/2025. Posted at property at City Hall 1/29/2025. Last reinspection was on 3/24/2025. Found to be non-compliance. Photographs of property have been taken showing the violation. The city has had personal contact with the property owner. The recommendation time is April 28th, 2025, or fine $100 per day. Administrative cost $425.29 to be paid by April 28th, 2025.
So what's holding up the business license and occupancy certificate since everything else complied?
So I've attached, or I've placed an email printout. It's basically the owner says that she is using the property for personal use, that she's not renting it. However, because of its zoning as a commercial property.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it. All right. Respondent is not present, but city has proper notice with the notice documents contained in the file. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I find property remains in violation of City Codes 1432 and 1435, but has complied with the other sections cited in the notice. I will grant the relief requested by the city.
We're going to go to page 6 of the agenda, item number 23, case number 24-1327. Property address of 1826 North Dixie Highway. Property owner is GA Beauty Group LLC. Officer Correct.
Officer Orlando Correct with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. This case was initiated on July 22nd, 2024 during a field observation. The existing violations are 23.5-1. No individual window shall have more than 25% of its total area covered with window signage or product advertisements. 23.2-25. It shall be unlawful for any person to erect, alter, relocate, or have within the city any sign or other advertising structure without first obtaining a signed permit from the building official and paying the applicable fees. All other violations have been complied. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail, January 17th, 2025. Certified mail was delivered on January 21st, 2025. Posted at Property and City Hall on January 23rd, 2025. Last reinspection was on March 18th, 2025. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. The city has had personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time for compliance is April 25th, 2025, or fines of $100 per day, plus the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by April 25th, 2025.
Okay, respondent is not present. City has proper notice with the notice documents contained in the file. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I'll find property has complied with all violations cited in the original notice, except for City Code 23.5-1 and 23.2-25, and I will grant the relief requested by the city.
Next is item 24, case number 24-1851, property address of 1115 North J Street. Property owner is Tulia LLC. Officer Correct.
Officer Orlando Correct with the City of Lake Worth Beach. Property owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. Case was initiated on September 3rd, 2024 during a field observation. Existing violations are 23.4-4. Please repair, replace, or remove damaged fencing. Up to 16 feet of pre-existing fence can be replaced without an approved permit. Request for fence permit was submitted on March 17th, 2025, and currently in plan review. 14-32, please apply for and obtain a City of Lake Worth Beach business license for owner Tulia LLC. 14-35, please contact our code division to schedule and pass a use and occupancy inspection for owner Tulia LLC. All of the violations have been complied. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on January 28th, 2025. Certified mail was delivered on January 30th, 2025. Posted at Property and City Hall on January 31st, 2025. Last reinspection was on February 13th, 2025. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. The city has had personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time for compliance is April 25th, 2025, or fines of $75 per day, plus the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by April 25th, 2025.
And respondent is not present. City has proper notice documents contained in the file. Based on testimony and the evidence, property remains in violation of City Codes 23.4-4, 1432, and 1435. Property is complied with the other code sections cited in the notice. I will grant the relief requested by the city.
Page 7 of the agenda, item 26, case number 24-2466, property address of 1902 North Dixie Highway. Property owner is Elite Property Enterprise LLC. Officer Correct.
Officer Orlando Correct with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Property owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. Case was initiated on November 14th, 2024 during a field observation. Existing violations are 14-32. Please apply for and obtain a City of Lake Worth Beach business license for owner Elite Property Enterprise and tenant High Palm Motors LLC. 14-35, please contact our code division to schedule and pass a use and occupancy inspection for owner Elite Property Enterprise and tenant High Palm Motors LLC. 23.2-25, It shall be unlawful for any person to erect, alter, relocate, or have within the city any sign or other advertising structure without first obtaining a sign permit. All other violations have been complied. Last reinspection was on March 3rd, 2025. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. Sorry, skip the page. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on January 29th, 2025. Certified mail was delivered on February 1st, 2025. Posted at Property and City Hall on January 31st, 2025. Last reinspection was on March 3rd, 2025. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. The city has had personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time for compliance is April 25th, 2025, or fines of $100 per day, plus the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by April 25th, 2025.
Respondent is not present. City has proper notice with notice documents contained in the file. Based on the testimony and the evidence, I'll find property remains in violation of city codes 1432, 1435, and 23.2-25, but has complied with all other code sections cited in the notice, and I will grant the relief requested by the city.
Item 27, case number 24-2489, property address of 1317 North M Street. Property owner is Leon Rodelchi Santos, Officer Correct.
Officer Orlando Correct with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Owner's name, address, and case number has read into the record. Case was initiated on November 14th, 2024 during a field observation. Existing violations are 14-32. Please apply for and obtain a City of Lake Worth Beach business license for owner Leon Rodelci Santos. 14-35, please contact our code division to schedule and pass a use and occupancy inspection for owner Leon Rodelci Santos. 12-18, please remove trash debris from property perimeter. 23.2-21, apply for, obtain, and pick up a permit for mini split AC. 23.4-4, please repair, replace, or remove damaged fencing. 2-75.6.2, please repair, repaint rotted damaged fascia at rear of home. All other violations have been complied. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on February 12th, 2025. Certified mail was returned to sender, posted at Property and City Hall on February 13th, 2025. Last reinspection was on March 26th, 2025. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. The city has had personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time for compliance is April 25th, 2025, or fines of $75 per day, plus the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by April 25th, 2025.
Respondent is not present. City has proper notice with notice documents in the file. Based on the evidence, I find the property remains in violation as cited, and I grant the relief requested by the city.
Page 8, item 29, case number 25-37, property address of 1225 North K Street. Property owner is Charles R. Wade, Officer Correct.
Officer Orlando Correct with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. Case was initiated on January 9th, 2025 during a field observation. Existing violations are 23.2-21. Apply for, obtain, and pick up a permit for brick pavers. Request for permit submitted on January 30th, 2025, and was disapproved due to setback information missing. All other violations have been complied. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on January 17th, 2025. Certified mail was returned to sender, posted at Property and City Hall on January 23rd, 2025. Last reinspection was on March 26, 2025. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. The city has had personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time for compliance is April 28th, 2025, or fines of $50 per day, plus the administrative costs of $425.29 to be paid by April 28th, 2025.
Respondent is not present. City has proper notice with the notice documents contained in the file. Based on the evidence, I find the property remains in violation of City Code 23.2-21, but has complied with all other code sections cited. I'll grant the relief requested by the city.
Item 30, case number 25-41, property address of 1116 North J Street. Property owner is 1116 North J Street LLC. Officer Correct.
Officer Orlando Correct with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. Case was initiated on January 9th, 2025 during a field observation. Existing violations are 14-32. Please apply for and obtain a City of Lake Worth Beach business license for owner 1116 North J Street LLC. 14-35, please contact our code division to schedule and pass a use and occupancy inspection for owner 1116 North J Street LLC. 2-75.6.2, please remove dirt mildew from wooden fence. 23.4-4, please repair, replace, or remove damaged fencing up to 16 feet of a pre-existing fence can be replaced without an approved permit. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on February 5th, 2025. Certified mail was returned to sender. Posted at property in City Hall on January 23rd, 2025. Last reinspection was on March 26, 2025. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. The city has had personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time for compliance is April 28th, 2025, or fines of $25 per day, plus the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by April 28th, 2025.
What's the daily fine amount?
Excuse me?
The daily fine amount?
$75 per day. It's a.
I heard 25, didn't you? Yeah, okay. I thought so. I was confused.
Did you forget your hearing aids?
No,
also?
she heard 25 too. So I was like, what?
Probably did, yeah.
I was like, wait, we're not
Tongue
doing,
twister.
we don't do 25.
All right, I do find proper notice with the notice documents in the file. I find property remains in violation as cited, and I grant the relief requested.
Item 31, case number 25-42, property address of 1129 North J Street. Property owner is Victor Navalakov and Ashley Baker. Officer Correct.
Officer Orlando Correct with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. Case was initiated on January 9th, 2025 during a field observation. Existing violations are 14-32. Please apply for and obtain a City of Lake Worth Beach business license for owner Baker Ashley and Navalakov Victor. 14-35, please contact our code division to schedule and pass a use and occupancy inspection for owner Baker Ashley and Navalakov Victor. 2-75.6.2, please remove unpermitted shed. 23.2-21, apply for, obtain, and pick up a permit for tiki hut and wooden structure around pool. Requests for permits have been submitted on March 18th, 2025, and currently in plan review. All of the violations have been complied. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on January 28th, 2025. Certified mail was delivered on February 1st, 2025. Posted at property in City Hall on January 31st, 2025. Last reinspection was on March 26, 2025. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. City has had personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time for compliance is April 28th, 2025, or fines of $75 per day, plus the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by April 28th, 2025.
So the violation regarding weeds
Was complied.
that's the complied one, yeah.
Mhm.
All right, respondent is not present. The city has proper notice with the notice documents in the file. I find property remains in violation as cited, except for City Code 2-75.6.2B4 regarding weeds. And I'll grant the relief requested by the city.
Item 32, case number 25-72, property address of 1203 North K Street. Property owner is ECVM Lake Worth Properties LLC. Officer Correct.
Officer Orlando Correct with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. Case was initiated on January 13th, 2025 during a field observation. Existing violations are 14-32. Please apply for and obtain a City of Lake Worth Beach business license for owner ECVM Lake Worth Properties LLC. 14-35, please contact our code division to schedule and pass a use and occupancy inspection for owner ECVM Lake Worth Properties LLC. 23.2-21, apply for, obtain, and pick up a permit for new AC unit for units 1 and 2. Request for permit was submitted on March 26, 2025, and currently in plan review. All of the violations have been complied. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on February 5th, 2025. Certified mail was delivered on February 10th, 2025. Posted at Property and City Hall on February 7th, 2025. Last reinspection was on March 10th, 2025. Photographs of the property have been taken showing the violations. The city has had personal contact with the property owner. The city's recommendation time for compliance is April 28th, 2025, or fines of $75 per day, plus the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by April 28th, 2025.
Respondent is not present. City has proper notice with the notice documents in the file. Based on the testimony and the evidence, the property remains in violation of city codes 1432, 1435, and 23.2-21, but has complied with all other code sections cited, and I will grant the relief requested by the city.
Next is item 34, case number 25-139, property address of 1330 North J Street. Property owner is Udelkis Zubizarreta, Officer Correct.
Officer Orlando Correct with the City of Lake Worth Beach Code Division. Owner's name, address, and case number has been read into the record. Case was initiated on January 24th, 2025, during a field observation. Existing violations are 14-32. Please apply for and obtain a City of Lake Worth Beach business license for owner Udelkis Zubizarreta. 14-35, please contact our code division to schedule and pass a use and occupancy inspection for owner Udelkis Zubizarreta. 2-75.6.2, please remove unpermitted shed. 23.6-1, please install an approved living ground cover. 23.2-21, 23.6-1, please install an approved living ground cover. 23.2-21, please apply for, obtain, and pick up a permit for new AC unit. Request for AC permit number 25-0551 was submitted and currently in plan review. Formal notice of violation and hearing was issued via certified mail on February 5th, 2025. Certified mail was returned to sender. Posted at Property and City Hall on February 7th, 2025. Last reinspection was on March 26, 2025. Photographs of property have been taken showing the violations. City has had personal contact with the property owner. City's recommendation time for compliance is April 25th, 2025, or fines of $75 per day, plus the administrative cost of $425.29 to be paid by April 25th, 2025, and all other violations have been complied.
And respondent is not present. City has proper notice with the notice documents in the file. I find the property remains in violation as cited, except for compliance with City Code 2-75.6.6, and I grant the relief requested by the city. Is that everything? Anything else for the good of the order before we adjourn? Then we are at just after 12:30. I have 12:32 p.m. and we are adjourned.